I didn't plan on being in front of the camera tonight. They're going to East Bowl.
We're live, fellas.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
3, 4.
O'Quinn.
5, 6.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Make sure I get it right. O'Quinn.
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 It's a Cajun name, my friend.
Gary, you got it up yet?
Yeah, I got it up.
I don't have not on mine. Yours is faster. I don't know what the heck's wrong with my phone.
Yep, there we go. There we go. We got volume.
Hold on, let me get back and we'll try to reload it.
Welcome, Chris. Welcome, Sam.
Yeah,
Remember to turn your volume.
get the volume down.
Down.
Michael. Thank you, sir. Phone ain't the number.
Oh, what the heck's wrong with mine, man? It's so slow.
Got them pictures on that.
Oh, I got some stuff on there.
All that work stuff, right?
Yeah. Actually, it is. Most of it.
90% of it is
Yeah,
work stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You got it.
Let's do it.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Week 10 edition of high school football here in the state of Louisiana. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the final week of the regular season. Huge rankings, implications on the line.
Thank you, Sam.
Playoffs are in the right there, Gary. They're
They're
right
right.
there. Playoffs right there. We will find out this weekend. Some teams will receive first round byes. Some teams are still on that bubble, waiting to see if they're even going to get into this year's playoffs. So much excitement in the air. Seniors all across the state of Louisiana will get to play their senior night this coming week, and a lot of seniors around the state of Louisiana will suit up for that one final time.
Right.
So much to talk about tonight. District championships all across the state of Louisiana. We're going to dive right into it. We're going to talk about some headlines. We got so many games to pick tonight. We got, where we at here? Where did our locals fall in the rankings this week? And we also get to announce the district champions that were crowned last week.
Correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Under the Lights. We are live here at Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts Building in Opelousas, Louisiana, ready for a great night of high school football talk. I'm going to go ahead and let my panel at this time introduce themselves, starting from my far right.
How you doing, Keith Crozier, producer? He got me in front of this camera tonight.
Gary Swallow, Taekwondo Martial Arts, where we're at today, and great part of Under the Lights.
My name is Jordan Taylor, and welcome to Under the Lights. Our special guest picker for tonight,
Cam O'Quinn from IOTA. It's an honor to be here. Jordy, Mr. Gary. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you for coming, man.
ladies and gentlemen, so much to talk about. Go ahead and hit that like, hit that share, and we're going to get this ball on the road. Big weekend this past weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, we covered some high school football, and then your boy went and got married.
Yep.
Saturday.
He did.
Done did it. He did it, guys.
He did it.
We was there.
Yep.
So big weekend for sure, and then got to take my son trick-or-treating. So now we get back to the high school football related, and what a week to get back to it. Because week 10, you look at these matchups, you look at these district championship games, you look at these playoff seedings, it's about to go down.
You're right. It is about to go down big time, Jordy. And you know what? I'm excited. I feel like I'm a kid all over again because of the excitement in the air this week. It's unbelievable.
Gary, Keith, Cam, initial thoughts of week 10 as before we get into it.
It's going to be an interesting Thursday night and Friday night this week, I think. You're going to have some teams with their first win, and you're going to have some teams with their first loss this weekend. and it's going to a lot of district titles are going to be going down this weekend for sure.
You right, Keith. I'm gonna tell you. Looking at the teams that we're gonna pick, and just looking at the schedules in general, you're gonna have some exciting ball games this week. I mean,
This will be the best week of games we picked the entire season.
I cannot believe of the schedules of the team and the games that are going to be going on tomorrow night and Friday night. And it's going to be amazing. I'm excited, and I can't wait to pick them.
Get out to a stadium, support your favorite team, watch those brackets release over the weekend. There's going to be a lot of people doing numbers and trying to see where they fall in the rankings, because huge implications on the line, whether you win, whether you lose, whether who you played earlier in the season. Did they win? Did they lose?
Right.
So much to think about going into this weekend. Cam, week 10 thoughts.
Well, it's the biggest one. This is going to be where you find out a lot about your team. District titles, first losses, a lot on the line here, and then playoffs start next week. So they're definitely watching rankings. A lot more pressure than normal this week.
I just want to see how much of a shakeup are they going to have in the rankings from now till after this Friday. Oh man, it's going to be doing this.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'm most excited for.
How many times will you refresh your page to see if those brackets release on Sunday? And how many times will you refresh your page on Saturday to see Go Prep's new rankings?
Right. I'm gonna be doing that. Like I got working here, so I'm gonna be here in the studio with my phone doing this all the time. It's gonna be crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this coming Sunday, just like last year, we had our bracket release show.
Yeah.
So the guys come together, we sit down, we talk about the brackets, we see where our locals fail, we make our semifinal and state championship predictions. Should be a lot of fun on Sunday afternoon. You don't want to miss that show. It's going to be the biggest show of the season for sure. We're inviting back a lot of previous guests to come on the show and picks and make their semifinal state championship picks with us.
We may have to rearrange this thing where we have more chairs and get do different things. But I tell you what, last year was exciting. I think this year is going to be even more exciting. It's going to be awesome.
Want to say thank you to our game day sponsors for this week. If you have not heard, here's where we're going. Thursday night over here, Lake Charles College Prep at Kinder. That's a big one because Kinder fighting for a playoff spot, and Lake Charles College Prep is 4 spots into it. They don't want to fall into that window where they might miss it.
Right.
So one sitting at 28 in a top 28 bracket, one sitting at 20 in a top 24 bracket. So that's a big one in many ways when it comes to rankings.
Right. It sure is.
Friday night, it's the big one. We saw it firsthand last year of how much these two communities want this game. The Battle of the Russo Trophy.
Right.
Friday night, you better get there early, Gary.
We're lucky. We're going to be there.
We got there late last year and almost didn't have a spot.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Let me see. It might be a phone call.
Hang on, guys.
Oh no, we're rolling. I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on with yours, Gary.
I don't know, man. Mine's. I need to invest in a new one. If
You still rolling?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we're
never
good.
stop.
Yeah, okay. It is
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, for sure. Russo Trophy on the line Friday night. Will it stay in Abbeville? Or will it go back to Kaplan High School? Flappy says, you look different since you got married. It's a
What? No, let me see. That's what's different.
it's a newfound energy as
you
we
go.
head into the playoffs. I'm very excited to announce we got a new intro video that we're gonna debut next Wednesday night.
Oh, I'm excited.
So,
I'm excited.
yeah.
We're gonna work on that from here on out and debut it next Wednesday night. Very excited about that. All right, at this time, we'll head to the headlines portion of the show. Okay?
Yeah, we'll get that.
Keith, Gary, Cam, at this time, if y'all have any headlines from last week that y'all would like to announce before I get to mine, y'all have the floor. You were at IOTA last week, so anything jumped off the page?
The passing game. The passing game was a lot stronger last week. I really like to see that. I'm sure most of y'all know we like to run the ball every year. That's not going to change.
That's going to be a good matchup there.
Yeah, that's gonna. We're gonna need to throw the ball. I believe that. So I'm glad we did that last week, and we got a 15-year-old quarterback. I was glad to see him air it out a little bit, and he looked comfortable doing it.
So he grew
That's
up
awesome.
last
He
week.
grew up last week. Last few weeks maybe.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
last week
that's
was a
good.
good one.
Well, we're going to talk about that game wholeheartedly.
Gary?
No, I'm
I mean,
ready.
we were at
Yeah.
VC Friday night, and a lot of people run and jump till Thursday night because of
Right.
the weather, and we didn't get rained on once.
No, we didn't. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was impressed with VC. We've been talking about them all year. That was the game to be at, and VC showed their dominance.
Yes.
And that's all I can say. Look out! Whoever plays VC in the playoffs, they better be hitting on all cylinders, because VC is hitting on all cylinders, and they've been hitting on all cylinders for most of
9
the year.
weeks.
This is the year?
This is the year. They got a chance this year, and I think, look out, they putting everything in their basket for this year.
Keith, any headlines?
Yeah, Gaydon surprised me last week.
Okay.
I didn't expect them to put that many points up,
All right.
and they pretty much manhandled the team they played. I mean, I picked the other team. Who did they play last week?
I don't know offhand.
What you said, Gaydon?
Gaydon.
Elton? Was it
Elton?
Gaydon and Elton?
You're looking at week 6.
Oh, that's
Larry.
what you said. Well,
Don't even worry
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It just surprised me because nothing against Gaydon. Gaydon's got a real good team, but the other team I thought was better, and they just it's a week to week play. You don't know how the players are running. It's just one of them weeks.
They played
They played
Oberlin.
Oberlin.
Yeah, Oberlin's been decent all year long, and so has Gaydon. But even though it was at Gaydon, it was 24-0 at halftime or something like that, or 30-something or something.
That's a good question there. How many scoreless quarters now for VC?
Oh,
Is it 22 of the last 24, or is it 26 of the last 28?
it's 26 of the last 28.
Scoreless quarters.
That is insane.
26 of the last 28 scoreless quarters. I could not believe and just you would, and I'm not going to take anything away from anybody, but we thought this was going to be either a barn burner or a very close game. There was not going to be any in between. And boy, were we wrong.
Oh yeah, it started with special teams. That
Right, most definitely.
We
And
didn't have a recap show, so we could not talk about how excited we
Right.
were afterwards. But
right, but boy, it was a good game. And hello, Miss Mindy. The thing that really caught my attention is that Central Catholic really hurt themselves the first 3 possessions with penalties, and that was not a common thing that
No.
from the past. So
You planned on that game was going to be
Yeah,
a good game, and it just was
so
upside down.
I think that was a big thing. But hey, that's why they play the game.
yes.
That's it. Let's go. Now,
All right, headlines from last week and this week. Let's start off with Zion Anders becomes the 9th Demon quarterback for Franklinton to hit the 1,000-yard passing mark in back-to-back seasons. So a good milestone there for Zion Anders. Congratulations.
that's amazing.
Karen Crow, the Bears goes for the win against Acadiana with a 2-point conversion with less than a minute left, and it falls short. Acadiana gets out of the Crow Dome with a 21-20 victory. What a game.
Jordy, I'm gonna tell you, this is one of the few times that I picked against Acadiana, because I thought the home field advantage was gonna give it. But man, this must have been a great ball game, and you know what? I can understand why the Crow went for 2. I mean, that's Big Brother. They've always been Big Brother. They wanted to try to knock them off, and they wanted to do it. So
Yeah.
I think that was an awesome
Cam,
decision.
At any point, if you would like to jump in on conversation, you have all the rights.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, just go for it, bub.
Lagrange snaps a 22-game losing skid. They were the longest streak with a 30-14 win over Washington Marion. So Lagrange gets that off of their back,
Right.
and now they can breathe.
Right.
It's not a bad win either.
It's not a
No,
bad win.
that is
That's
a
a
very
sigh
good
of
win.
relief there. Lagrange, it's in the win column.
Right.
I'm not going to say who's got the next.
No.
We won't talk about that one. I mean, we won't talk about that. At least not right now.
Not right now.
How about Lane Thomas from Cedar Creek? This past Friday, he now becomes the all-time single-season rushing record for yards in a season at Cedar Creek. Congratulations to Lane Thomas.
Right.
Thanks, Troy.
You didn't have to say that, Troy.
No, you didn't have to say that.
Sterlington, last second Hail Mary falls short in a 26-20 loss to A-Meat in the battle of the defending state champs. What a game.
That must have
I
been.
wish I'd have seen that.
That must have been a great game. I mean, those two teams there. I mean, what can you say? Champions. They're both champions, no matter what.
Thursday night, I got to watch this game up close and personal. And let's just say Iowa forces 3 turnovers in the fourth quarter to capture the district title, 29-21 victory on the road. Tell you what, they got a really good tailback over there with Iowa. But for the defense to cause 3 turnovers against a good St. Louis football team, that speaks volumes. Congratulations to Iowa.
I watched it. I wasn't able to go there with you, but I watched it from here, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was glued.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a good game until
They beat
right
them
at
on
the
their own
end.
field.
Right at
That's
the
the
end.
You saw both teams this
Yeah.
year. Iota
That's,
played both of
Iota's
them.
only 2 losses. Fourth quarter teams. You know, both of these teams are very, very disciplined. Very, what's the word I'm looking for? They play the whole game. They're in very good shape. Well coached, and I'm not surprised. Iowa's defense stepped up at the end of the game. I say that, but St. Louis did it to us at the end of the game. We were
Right.
making a drive. And they
13-9 over
Right.
there at y'all field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 14-11.
14-11, my fault.
But they intercepted us on the 10 at the end of the game. That's how they beat it. Like I said, man, that's 2 really good teams.
Two
Doesn't surprise me
well-respected
that-
programs.
Yeah,
Right.
That surprised me. That was such a good game last week.
That game, like I said, it caught my attention, and I stayed here till the end of the game watching it. You know, I couldn't believe it. It was just like one of those games that catches you.
Yeah, that just pulls you in. And you just want to see bonus football.
Right, most definitely.
All right, second season as an LHSAA football team, and Glenbrook captures their first district title in school history by knocking off the defending state champs Homer 21-14. What a moment for that young
Yeah. Oh,
school
God.
there in
Glenbrook
Glenbrook.
is a powerhouse already. I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry.
That early into their career.
Yeah.
Jordy, the only thing I can say is wow. I mean, you got a fledgling school that came off and they knocked off the defending state champions. I mean, that's nothing more than just amazement right there.
That's a football team that everybody across the state has close eyes on
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest of the way.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
That team there is going to be, looked at by everybody.
Could we see this team in the Dome?
Oh yes,
I think so.
I'd say within the next couple of years.
Next
yes.
couple of years, if not this year.
Because right now, your next headline, Glenbrook holds the state's longest win streak at 15 in a row.
Really? Wow.
So keep that in mind. If they get to the big dance,
They can
that
do it
will
this
be
year.
what?
Yeah.
That will be what? 20 in a
20
row?
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. 2021, something like that.
Yeah.
But can you imagine winning a state title and you're only your second year into
yeah.
the LHSA?
I mean,
That
that's all
is-
we can ask for.
that is
Southside.
unbelievable. Southside's
Southside.
got a chance to do that too.
Southside's got a chance to do
Yeah,
that.
Oh, yeah.
but they've been in a few, a little bit longer.
About 3 years, but still. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, about 5
No,
or 6
actually,
compared to 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, it's amazing.
That's
But
a
with-
headline.
that's
for
a
sure.
headline.
Oh,
too.
definitely.
I can't wait to see where they fall in the bracket.
Yes,
Come
that's gonna
Sunday.
be amazing.
Head football coach, Coach Brew of Zachary High School, earns his 100th win as a head coach. His record
Yeah,
at Zachary is now 117 at Zachary.
Wow.
But
Wow.
They were
go
already
ahead.
at university then.
Coach Brew earns a win 100th last week. Now he's 117 all time at Zachary.
I think they played on ESPN
They
a few
did.
weeks ago.
ESPN?
Yeah.
Nice.
That coach.
Thanks, Flappy.
My
Keep
dad
us posted.
Really respects that coach.
Oh, I like that.
All right, we got an Alma sitting at the table.
Right.
I bet you're a proud alum right now with
Yes, I
OHS.
am.
Mm-hmm.
OHS alum sitting at the table.
Honored to be an OHS Tiger.
OHS
Ain't that right, Big D?
wins its first district title in 28 years with a shutout win over Bro Bridge. Congratulations to the Tigers.
That's it?
Yep.
What Tiger helmet up there?
Yeah,
That's fine.
they on. He's the
Yeah,
Tigers
it's
are on.
spotlight.
They
It's
on the
fun.
spotlight
They're
shelf.
in the championship square.
There we
there.
go. There we go.
Teams that we think can get to.
The dome. Mhm. Oh my God! But isn't that awesome to see a local team like this come
I love
up the way that they come up?
I love it.
I'm gonna tell you, I love it. I love it. I
So
love
I
it.
was thinking about
Oh,
them making a trip to
The
the
last
dome,
time I remember them winning the district was back in 86, 85, 86, 87.
Maybe. Wow.
94 was the last time.
94's
But
action is last.
I wasn't here. I wasn't in the state in 94. I graduated in 86, and my brother played for that team. So the Big D and a bunch of guys did.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Kaplan and Church Point. Last week, we watched this game from the bleachers. We was watching it go down to the wire. Church Point scored late to win that football game. Kaplan and Church Point combined for over 600 plus rushing yards in a 36-29 Church Point win. 600 plus between both sides.
Very impressive. At the same time, not surprising though. It's
Right.
two very good
Well, I
running
mean-
teams every year.
Everybody's
I'm gonna
going
tell
to
you
it.
right now. They got some juggernauts on offense, and I'm not talking about just those two, but I mean, you look at the teams in this state, in this area, that are just running the ball and putting up hellacious numbers. It's awesome. It's awesome.
It's nice to get to them for them to go back to the old ways.
Oh man,
Is running the ball instead of passing it everywhere.
ground and
Because-
pound.
One of Oils
Right.
is one top 5 for me that just runs it, run.
You right, Miss Phaedra.
Next up, we go towards New Orleans.
Correct.
How about Jesuit? Jesuit knocks off Holy Cross 16-12 in a game that would be the 100th anniversary of the school's all-time football rivalry. The overall record is led by Jesuit now 60-40-1.
Dang.
Wow.
Jesuit takes the 100th anniversary win last week.
Wow, that's
That's
amazing.
cool.
That just tells you, man, these guys, they've been playing each other a long time.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome.
Avoyelles. You just spoke about him, Keith. Avoyelles captures its first district title in school history last week. That's
Really?
hard to believe.
Really?
Did they
First
get it
one in
last year?
school
Last-
history. No, they had Manny in their district
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, that's true.
Manny.
Oh,
That's
yes.
true.
Okay.
I forgot.
Manny snubbed them every
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, my God. Congratulations. I love this football team. I love their offense. I think it's so unique. We watched it, and there's something about it that just catches my heart. Congratulations, Coach. Well deserved. Man, I can't wait to see y'all in the playoffs.
Yeah.
How about Denham Springs? We all over
Right.
the state with these headlines.
That's good.
Denham Springs
It's a nice field.
Stadium finishes just in time. They will get to play their senior night on their brand new
That
field.
is a
Congratulations to
Right,
those
yeah.
seniors
That's
that will
awesome.
have that moment.
That is an awesome looking field too, man.
Oh
That
yeah,
is a
I
beautiful
saw the.
field.
I love it.
When you get a chance to do that, and it's basically the last game of the year for those seniors, man, can you imagine how proud those seniors are going to be?
Oh yeah.
It is unbelievable.
Next up, how about Marksville and Bunkie?
Ooh.
They're going to meet up for the 71st edition of the Catskin Game.
Interesting.
Wow.
Not
Yeah.
many people know about rivalries in the state, so here's one right there, 71st edition. You was going to say, Cam?
Oh, I didn't have anything. 71 though. That's
Man,
a big number.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Golly.
Not sure if everyone around the state knows about this situation. Albany chooses to
Yeah.
forfeit their game against Bogalusa for safety reasons after the game was not moved to a neutral site.
Oh,
So
wow.
This might be new to you. And
Yeah, I didn't know
I saw
about
that
that.
today.
so you saw that?
Wow.
So they tried to get the game moved to a neutral site because a teenager was shot in the parking lot at a home game a few weeks back.
Right.
So for safety reasons, Albany is allowed to choose to forfeit the game because it was not played at a neutral site. So that's where we stand there. Bogalusa is awarded the forfeit win.
That's sad, that something like that's going to happen, and they have to do that. The kids, like you said in the chats, that it's the kids that are losing out on that. These kids that are.
There was another couple teams that
Yeah,
forfeited.
that's
I'm
terrible.
sure you got that also.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
General Trask awarded a forfeit win over Madison this week because Madison has 33 players suspended from a brawl that occurred with Vidalia in the previous week.
Yeah.
So they don't have enough to play against General Trask. General Trask awarded the forfeit win.
I didn't
Oh,
know,
wow.
I didn't know the whole story, but I
Yeah.
did see it.
Well, we knew about the brawl, and all that. So just the actions that happen.
Yeah.
So I mean, when
And it's
something
just that-
happens,
It's not just in high school
why you
either.
don't do
Yeah, I mean,
Unfortunately.
you don't do it.
you that's why I hate to say this way. I mean, you're subject to your basically you got to understand there's consequences to everything that you do, and it's just terrible that they had to forfeit.
Edna Carr, John Curtis for the district
Oh man,
title, the Catholic district title.
right?
They will play that game at Ullman Stadium at Tulane. So a big time game at Tulane this coming week. So congratulations to those two teams. They get to play at that college stadium for the district title.
So you got Curtis that's back that we were talking about. They are back, and you're going against the University of Edna Carr.
And they set it
Oh
up
my
for
God!
Week 10.
And they set it up on
Yeah.
week 10. Isn't that awesome?
It is.
That's going to be, if you're in that area, go
Oh.
see that game.
You
That's
gotta
your-
love
oh,
high
that's
school
very-
football
a very
when it
unique
gets this late into the season.
right. It's
Tulane's
crazy.
got an awesome football
Yeah,
team.
we went
Yeah.
there last year for the Division I and Division III state championship games that were there,
Yeah.
and we enjoyed our
It
experience.
was awesome.
It was a beautiful stadium.
Yeah.
Yep. Brackets will be out at 10 a.m. on Sunday. That's the latest I've heard.
Yeah.
So you should have a good idea Friday night or Saturday morning. You should have a good idea, but that's not the official.
No.
So we have to wait till Sunday. But for now, that's what I'm hearing or when they're going to come out.
Right.
So
And that's the thing. Things that we think about like that, man, when they put all that in that computer and they figure out all this stuff, it might throw out our predictions and just throw it in the trash can.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
yes. Did I miss anything, fellas? Do y'all have anything y'all would like to add to the headlines of the week?
No, I think you did a good job, man. That was some of the good headlines.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
All right, moving along, ladies and gentlemen. Who comes in to the final week of the regular season ranked number 1? Who's the top dogs for the final regular season week? We start off with Public, the non-select Division 1 through Division 4. Division 1 coming in at 8-1. It is Ruston. We made a bold pick earlier in the season. I think I was by myself. I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
But I said Ruston might be playing in the Superdome at the end of the year. They can prove it this week if they knock
Oh.
off West Monroe.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
right.
definitely.
This is the game.
Division 2, your number 1 ranked team, coming in with an 8-1 record, the Opelousas High Tigers.
Go
Could
Tigers.
we very well see this Opelousas team?
say it like that.
Yeah.
Could we very well see this
Go Tigers.
Opelousas team go into the playoffs as the number 1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana? We have to find out Sunday.
I sure wouldn't want to play them right now. They are clicking on all
The only
cylinders.
thing that
No,
might
no.
hold them back is they're playing against Beauchene.
PowerPoint.
Which
Yeah.
PowerPoints
Yeah,
might
PowerPoints.
Yeah.
hurt them just a little bit, but
Yeah, we'll see.
still.
We'll keep a close eye on that. Those few slots there come Sunday. Division 3. This looks like it's been the same team all season long. Coming
think
in
it
with an
has.
8-0 record, you're defending state champs. To be the champs, you gotta beat the champs. And
You're
right,
right.
now, Manny sits on
Oh.
top of the rankings another week as the top dogs in Division 3.
Scary.
It
Football.
looks like the playoffs might run through Manny.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I would
There's
say
no doubt on
definitely.
that one.
I wouldn't say anything more than yeah. It probably would.
And that's a hard place to play.
Yeah.
You're right. Been there, done that.
Division 4, public side, coming in with an 8-1 record. They didn't have this one number 1 ranking the beginning of the year,
No.
but when they got midway, they have not let go of it since. Kentwood,
Yep.
the Rouge,
The Rouge.
The king. of
another week,
Rouge.
ranked number 1 in the state in Division 4.
And if you play them
Under the water.
under the water tower, you are
In trouble.
in trouble. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, the Rouge underneath the water tower are almost unbeatable.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I'm
funny.
telling
I've
you.
never been there, but I've seen them in the dome a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They've been there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How about private schools? Number 1 ranked team in Division 1 through Division 4. We start off with Division 1, and it is 8-1 Warren Easton, ladies and gentlemen. You got a lot of faces that could be in that top slot because you got so many good teams in that Division 1 bracket where it's pretty much okay, you can enter here, you can go here,
Right.
you can go here. They're all pretty good, and that's going to be a hell of a fight in those playoffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you right on that. Hey Jake, we see you.
Division 2, number 1 ranked team, back on top like they never left. 8-1, the Turtlings Rebels.
Shut dough.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, they impressed me, and
They only got a 5-point
just-
loss to STM
Yeah,
right now.
That's what I'm saying. They impressed me, and like I said, I'm not saying nothing, but wow, they
Yes.
are
Wow.
clicking.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Wow.
Division 3, 7-1, still on top for another week. It is the Newman Greenies, ladies and gentlemen. Arch Manning taking
Right.
his team into the playoffs. Looks like they might be the number 1 ranked team if they can get by St. Charles this week.
Right.
That's another
That's
thing.
the
That's
million-dollar
gonna
question.
be it. Can they do it? That's
If
gonna
they
be
don't,
tough.
we might see new blood at the top on Sunday.
You're right. You're right.
In Division 4, ladies and gentlemen, it was a leapfrog, and it was a dominating win on Friday. Your new number 1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana with a 9-0 record. How about them Screaming Eagles with Vermilion
See.
Catholic? VC
Yeah.
back on top, Gary.
I don't see anybody, beating this team right now. I mean, injuries can happen, anything can happen, but man, they are playing. We watched them for the district title last week, and I'm gonna tell you,
And then
that was no contest.
They're
Yeah,
gonna
well-
get healthy because they're gonna have a first round
Right.
bye.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's,
That,
yeah,
that's
that's
scary.
even more dangerous.
That is-
man,
You're gonna
oh,
let them get
man.
healthy going into round 2.
You're right. I mean, it's gonna
It's
be
gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh.
Playoffs should run through Screaming Eagle Stadium
right.
unless Hanson has other plans.
Right. And we gotta say too, the hospitality that they gave us
Wow.
was unbelievable. I want to say thank you to the coaches at VC, everybody involved. Thank you so much for making us feel welcome.
Very,
We appreciate
very,
it.
very nice
Yes,
community.
very much.
All right, y'all saw these number 1 ranked teams. Any surprises? Any wows? Anybody that you say yes, they're ranked number 1? Go ahead, Cam.
I'm gonna go with OHS. They did surprise me, but watching them and what they've done the past few years, they've built. And I don't know the coaches, but I know they're doing the right things. We actually just moved into a new house. Our neighbor is a parent or of something with OHS, and the back of their shirts, it's OHS football shirt. The back says, "We, not me," and that is the most important thing for these kids to learn is team, not yourself. And I think once they learn that, that's why they're here.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I agree with you on that. The thing that I have to say is that when you teach a team to have that attitude, that we not me attitude, I mean, and you know, I'm old school. I'm gonna tell you right now. I come back from a school that we won. I want to say 17 or 19 district titles in a row at Port Barry back in the day. I mean, we were not. And that was the philosophy on that. And we had our stud running back. We had our best players and stuff like that. But the philosophy of that, this is our team. This was our team. And, that's when you see a team that has that, the sky's the limit, especially if you got talent.
Yes, sir.
And they have talent. I'm going to tell you that straight up.
Oh,
they
yeah.
do.
The only thing I see here that could change is you can have a lot of teams sitting at that Division I private school, number one.
Right.
Other than that, it's pretty much been the same guys fighting the whole season here. Kentwood, Manny have not changed much. Newman has not changed much. Turling's been on there a lot.
Right.
VC leapfrogged a couple times. And then Ruston, them and Zachary seem like they're on a quest to meet each other, but they've been in that 1-2 spot for a lot of the year. So there is a look there at your number one ranked teams in the state of Louisiana.
Right.
Now it's time to check out where our locals fell in the Week 10 rankings. Keep an eye out on where your local is. And come Sunday, will they move up? Will they stay the same? Or will they drop?
Right.
That's going to be something to keep an eye out on. We start off with the public side. Division 1, Zachary comes in ranked 2. Southside comes in ranked 5. Westgate sitting at 12. Denham Springs 13. Walker 22. And Sam Houston hanging around right there at 27. Right. They don't want to slip on the final week.
Right.
Division 2 ball, we got a lot of locals. And when we talk about locals, this is just around our area of what we cover.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1 ranked team, OHS. Number 3 ranked team, Iowa. Big win last week. They just moved inside the top 3. They're trying to get that bye in the first round.
Correct.
Church Point, they get a big win this week. They might slide in the top 4.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of teams playing for first round buys this week. West Feliciana slides to 6, but they have a huge one this week against undefeated Plaquemine.
Yeah.
Will that bust them up into the top 4? That Division 2 bracket, so much is going to happen in that top 10.
You're right.
St. Martinville sits at 9, Cecilia at 11, y'all at 14.
Yeah.
Where you feel comfortable right now at 14? You want to move up a little bit, or you're afraid to move down?
I think we'll actually, since Church Point's 5, I think our only way is up. I think win or lose, we'll either stay neutral or go up.
Okay.
Just because we're playing Church Point, get the power point. I
Right.
think if we do win, it'll be 12 or 13 at the highest.
Okay.
So
Right.
I'm fine with that. We'll make our way through.
ERAV sits at 15, Eunice at 18, Abbeville sits at 20, Brobridge at 23, Kaplan at 24, North Vermilion at 25, Rain at 27, and Northwest hanging on by a thread at 28. Who's Northwest got this week?
Mamu, I believe.
I think it's must-win territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, my move.
Must-win territory for
They're
the
at
Raiders, sitting at that 28 mark. Division 3, your locals for public. Where they fail, we start off with the Voyles at 5. Rose Pine comes in at 12. Patterson at 13. Lowerville at 15. Berwick at 17. Westlake 19. Port Allen 23. Mamu 26. And the Kinder Yellow Jackets sitting at 28. Big one tomorrow night where playoffs are on the line.
Yes. very much.
because Lake Charles College Prep does not have a winning record. So that might hurt them if they don't win this game.
Right.
Division 4, Basile comes in at 6. Welsh at 8. Oberlin at 11. Oakdale at 12. Grand Lake 14. East Bow 15. Jeanerette 17. Gato 19. Franklin 20. Centerville 22. Delcom 23. Lake Arthur 26. And Elton 27. So Elton flirting with the bubble.
Right.
Big game for Elton this week to get into the playoffs. Division 1 private, Catholic at BR at 2. Karen Crow at 7. Acadiana moves back up into maybe that first round bye contention.
Right.
They're sitting at 8 after a win over Karen Crow last week. Scotlandville 9. Lafayette 22.
Man.
And remember, only 24 get in for that bracket.
You let Acadiana get a bye and get healthy. Oh my God.
You're in trouble after
They're
that.
going to be, oh my God, that's going to be tough.
Division 2, Turling sits at 1. St. Thomas More sits at 2. LCA sits at 5. Madison Prep at 7. St. Louis 10. And Northside, they're knocking on the playoffs, but they not in yet because there's at 24 a lot of implications to go with
Right.
whether they'll stay, move down, or move up.
That's a good list of teams
Yeah.
right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
We got, in both, we got some good ball clubs
We're
in the play.
going to
in
be
there.
well represented
You're right.
when the
You're right.
playoffs come here Sunday. Division 3, Dunham is at 3. Notre Dame's at 4. Episcopal's at 6. Parkview's at 7. ULab's at 11. A lot of Baton Rouge schools
Right,
here.
you definitely.
Catholic New Iberia 14. Ascension Episcopal 16. And Lake Charles College Prep at 20. Like we
Whoa.
said, only 24 get in.
Yeah, that's going to
That's
be.
why
That's
this
going to
game
be.
is
This
so
game
huge.
is very
Yeah.
important.
And Division 4, Vermilion Catholic at 1, Central Catholic at 2, Hanson Memorial 9, Catholic of Point Capilla 11, Southern Lab 12, Sacred Heart 14. Opelousas Catholic would not even have a home playoff game.
Oh my goodness.
They're sitting at 17.
Oh wow.
St. Ed's is at 18. That's hard
That's
to think that OC of how dominant they've been running through this district is sitting at 17 in the rankings right now.
Yeah,
That's
strange.
crazy.
It's
crazy.
all PowerPoints. So
Right.
They play
Yeah.
to get their win. That's the thing.
You think about it, they set up a Southern Lab, an Oak Grove, a Ascension Catholic in the beginning of the year, but those teams don't really have winning records either.
Right.
So,
Uh,
all right, teams that are on the bubbles. Public side, Division 1. Santa Mont sitting at 29. Ponchatoula, your state runner-ups from a year ago, are at 30. Not even in the playoffs
wow.
right now. So could you see your state runner-ups not even get into the playoffs this year?
yeah, that's possible.
Central BR and Live Oak are on the outs right now. Division 2. Gary, we talked about this last week. Can Coach from Jennings High get his team into the playoffs one last time? They said he's retiring at the end of the year. He did his job last week. Made a
Right.
big win over Lake Charles College Prep.
Right.
It's not easy this week. Is it Iowa?
Yeah, it is Iowa.
Yeah.
I was looking.
Not
for
easy this week, but if you do get a win over Iowa, that might secure your spot into the playoffs.
Right.
They're trying to send Coach out the right way.
That would
Correct.
help Iota a lot too.
That would be a great way to end his career. But he's either way. He's had a fabulous career, and all I can say is that great job, and
Mhm.
no matter what you do in the future.
Pearl River sitting at 29, trying to get in.
Mhm.
Division 3, Lakeside sitting at 29, and DeQuincy sitting at 31. So
Wow.
what would a DeQuincy win over Grand Lake this week do to potentially move them up 3 spots?
Mhm.
We'll see. Division 4, Jonesboro Hodge sitting at 29. They're not in right now. And Maryville is at 32. That's her closest local.
Wow.
Private school Division 1, you take a look at it. East Jefferson and West Jefferson are at 25, 26. And then Liberty Magnet is at 28.
Oh wow.
Division 2, Bolton is at 27. Top
Right.
24 get in, which hopeful our Bolton friends get in.
Right. Yeah, we'd love to see that.
Woodlawn of Shreveport sitting at 25, right on the outs. Division 3, Bunkie is at 26, Holy Savior Menard 27, and St. Thomas Aquinas is at 25. So many teams on the bubble.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize this one.
And then Division 4, Magnolia School of Excellence at 25. Westminster of Opelousas is at 26. What would a win do for them?
It would be a big boost.
And Highland Baptist at 28. So that is a look at your bubble teams. Out of those bubbles, I mean, who can we say as we look at this page that we think's getting in?
That's hard to say right now. I mean, just looking at them,
We have to
man.
wait till Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like them. I said I don't know if I could predict
I wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't
I'd
even
just
want
wait
to try
till
to pick
Sunday.
anything like that right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely difficult
It's going to be
for
crazy.
some of these teams to get in, but you still have to play the game because you
Oh, yeah.
never know.
Oh,
That power ranking counts for you, Sue. So
State championship games have been announced Thursday, Friday, Saturday of this year. December 8th, December 9th, December 10th. December 8th, we get kicked off from the Superdome. 3:30 game, Division 4 public kicks us off. 7 o'clock, Division 4 private is our nightcap on the Friday night.
Thursday.
On a Thursday night. Friday, we shift gears to a triple header. December 9th, starting out at noon. Division 2 private. Then 3:30, we got Division 3 private. And then 7 o'clock, your nightcap. Division 1 public. And then Saturday, December 10th, start us off with a triple header.
Mm-hmm.
Division 2 public at noon. Division 3 non-select at 3:30, and your nightcap 7 o'clock. Division 1 private.
Wow.
Keep an eye
That's gonna
out
be some
on
awesome
Sunday.
games.
Great setup. Yeah, I
Keep
like
an eye out on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Public school has 4 divisions. Top 28 get into the playoffs, and 1 through 4 receive first round byes. Private school, 4 divisions. Top 24 get in, and 1 through 8 receive first round byes. And all 8 state championship games will be played from the Superdome.
That's right. I'm excited about that because I'm going to tell you right now, this is the state of Louisiana. I don't care what anybody says. Every high school football player wants to play in the dome. They don't want to play here, there, everywhere. They want to play in the dome. That should have never changed.
And it helps out for fans like us because last year, the same time we were watching a game in New Orleans, they had a game going on at the same time in Lafayette. So for fans like us that wants to see them all play,
Right.
it sucked.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, we were fortunate enough that we saw the majority. We missed the one at Cajun Field, but we saw the rest. But I mean, it was like, well, we saw a video last year of Point Coupee. Was it Point Coupee that not Point Coupee? Who was it? Whenever they told them they were playing in the dome,
It was a Ouachita Christian.
Ouachita Christian. Okay, I apologize for that. But it was Ouachita Christian. They actually showed a video of the coach announcing and telling them we're playing in the dome. They were beside
It's
themselves.
the best thing ever.
That's the best thing you could do. You're right.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we shift gears and we talk about some district champions and some district title games this week. Fellas, I'm talking a lot. Y'all got something y'all want to say?
Oh no, we're following your lead. Go.
Yeah.
he does.
It is that time to say congratulations from the panel
Yeah.
to the coaches and players that have been crowned district champions
Right.
from last week. I got a lot of them here that have been crowned district champs, so we want to say congratulations to you, and let's get it going. Y'all don't know all of the district title champions, so it'll be good to hear.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We start off with 1-5A, your district champs, Airline, with a 6-0 record.
Good.
Congratulations.
Yes.
1-1A, we talked about them earlier. Glenbrook, undefeated in district play, 6-0. Glenbrook's second year of LHSAA football,
Yeah.
bringing a district title home to their trophy case.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
Congratulations.
That still messes with me.
that
That's
that
awesome.
just is so awesome.
2-1A, Ouachita Christian, 3-0, district champs. Congratulations.
That's they're a dynasty up there.
Yeah, it's a
They're
powerhouse.
just a powerhouse up there. They're great.
2-2A, no surprise here of what they've done this year. Mangum, a perfect 6-0 record in district play. They're your district champs for 2-2A.
They're tough. They're gonna make a run.
Last week we saw Gina and Caldwell Parish battle for the district title. Gina is your 2-3A district champs with a 4-0 district record.
Wow, that's amazing.
2-4A, our friends up north. Neville, undefeated in district play, 4-0. Congratulations to our buddies from Neville
Neville,
Tiger
right.
Network. Their football team, the Neville Tigers, are district champs in 2-4A. Last week, St. Mary's and Logansport battled it out in a district championship game. St. Mary's, big win, and it wasn't even close.
You're right.
That's a
No,
huge win.
That's it was
Logansport
awesome.
is a tough team to beat.
3-1A district champs. It goes to St. Mary's. Congratulations. 3-2A district champs. Congratulations to Manny Tigers. That one was decided a couple weeks
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that's been in the making for a while. I mean, there's just no doubt.
And I think they've won 50 in a row district games.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
3-3A district title game was played last week between Iowa and St. Louis. And we saw Iowa with a big
Yeah.
fourth quarter, and Iowa is your 3-3A district champs. Congratulations, Iowa.
Congratulations.
Right,
to
you're
them. That's a
right.
tough district.
How about your 3-5A district champs? To be the champ, you got to knock off the champ, and they knocked off the champ and went undefeated, a 7-0 record in district play. How about the Southside Sharks? 3-5A district title champs.
Watch out for them in the bracket too. They'll sneak on.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that is the sleeper. You better watch them. Coach Fontenot's got that team playing. They believe in themselves now. Look out. They're gonna be a team to be reckoned with.
5 right now.
Now, can we get them a stadium?
Right. Hey.
Yeah,
uh,
play it.
I got
going all the way
Coach
to St.
Fontenot. If
Martinville.
you're listening, I need a helmet so we can add to this. You know, I'm working on a couple more. You know, Miss Mindy's brother's working on it. Coach Mack. He better we just keep it up. Keep going.
4-1A district champs, Dale High Charter.
Yeah,
Congratulations. 4-2A for the first time in program history of Voiles Mustangs. Congratulations.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I never realized that, but congratulations to that team.
Yeah, congratulations, first one ever.
Yeah.
5-3A St. Martinville Tigers. Slow start,
Really?
and they picked it up. And
Yeah.
since they beat
Yeah.
St. Charles, they have not looked back.
You're right.
Yeah, congratulations. That's another hard district to play in.
5-4A, I almost said state. 5-4A district champs. Go ahead and say it, Mr. Keefe.
The Opelousas Tigers.
Opelousas Tigers.
Go
are
Tigers.
Your
Go Tigers.
district champs for the first time in 28 years. Congratulations.
That's awesome. Hey, that's just so prideful for this entire parish. I
Hold
mean,
on.
it's
Yeah.
great.
What's better than one district champ in the city?
Two.
2. 6-1A district champs, Opelousas Catholic Vikings. Congratulations to both schools in Opelousas.
Yeah. The city of Opelousas is just reeling right now because of excitement. You know, OHS is doing so. You've watched in person OC. I didn't get a chance to watch them, but I mean their team is clicking right now.
Yeah.
So look out for the Opelousas boys.
Yes.
Proud to be from Opelousas
You're right.
this year.
6-2A district champs, Dunham. That's a good football team over there in BR.
You're right.
6-3A district champs, another good team from BR, Madison Prep.
Oh, most definitely.
6-5A district champs, Slidell. 7-5A district champs, Destrehan. That's that quiet, undefeated team
Right.
nobody's talking about on this end.
Right. No, Miss Phaedra, Cecilia was district champs last year, I think.
Yes.
Yes, Cecilia.
8-1A district champs, Ascension Catholic.
Right.
8-5A district champs, John Eric.
John, don't close your eyes on John Eric.
No.
They're playing good ball this year too.
9-1A district champs. How about the Ruse? Kentwood.
That's just I can't say nothing about the Ruse. I've always had since I was in school, and that's a long time ago, guys. they've been a team to just stand up and watch. They've been that good.
9-3A. John F. Kennedy is your district champs. 10-1A. Riverside district champs. And your final one, 10-4A. Archbishop Shaw district champs. Congratulations to that entire list for bringing that trophy home to your trophy case. Well earned. Congratulations.
You're right. You know, when you are a district champ, you know that means that you've worked hard. You have your district competitors and stuff, and you've done it. That's the first step to the you get the by district. Well, I don't know how it's going to be now, but I mean you're going to have all that. But that's the first step to take it, for your goal. So you want to get to the dome, and that's the first step. You got to get through district and get your pot, and then once you get positioned, then you start working on it. So
Yeah, so the new season starts now.
Right now, yes, for those guys right here,
When
the
you
new season starts right now.
when you played at Iota, was it them that kept y'all from getting it, or did y'all actually win it?
It was them and Eunice.
Okay.
Yeah, back in those days.
Until my senior year, it was Church Point and Eunice.
Okay.
That always kept us from that goal. And then 2018, my senior year, went 10-0, beat them 15-12, beat Eunice 35-34. So
I remember that.
we got
I remember
goal
that.
done, and we yucked it in the semis.
Yes.
No one talked
Yeah.
about that.
We were actually standing by the concession stand for that Iota Eunice Week 10 matchup
Yeah.
Yes, we were.
because there was nowhere to sit that night.
That was even the semifinal game doesn't compare to that game, that Iota Eunice game. That
That
was probably
Sterlington game.
The Sterlington game was nice. It was awesome at home, but the Eunice game meant the most.
It was a
Yeah.
special night for sure. All right, how about district championship games this week? And we got a bunch of them.
Yes, we do.
Welcome to Week 10.
This is going, like I said, this is going to be the most exciting week that we've had this year.
We start off with 11-4A district championship game, and it's a big one. The number one ranked team coming in with a 3-0 district record is Warren Easton. They're going to take on 3-0 McDonough 35. What a matchup to start this district slate.
That's going to be a ball game and a half right there. These two teams are playing good ball.
10-2A for the district championship. Newman, St. Charles, Comets, and Greenies. What a game.
To be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And that's going to be a good ball game right there, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
9-4A, De La Salle versus Booker T. Washington for the district championship.
God, man. That is... What can you say about teams like that, man?
What can you say about the next one?
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
9-5A, John Curtis versus Edna Carr for the district title this week.
That is going to be an
That's a
amazing
dog
ball game, dog fight. Man, but you still got Curtis clicking on all cylinders. They are back. They have proven that they are back. But then you got the University of Edna Karr that jumped up to 5A and did not miss a beat.
Yeah.
8-3A. E.D. White versus St. James for the district title.
That is going to be awesome.
That's some offense right
E.D.
there.
White has been on my radar for a while, and that's going to be a good ball game right there.
8-4A. Lakeshore versus Franklinton for the district title.
Can't say nothing but
Yeah.
positive there. Look out.
7-4A. Lutcher versus A.J. Ellender for the district title.
You're right.
Here's a big one. 6-4A. Undefeated Plaquemine, undefeated West Feliciana for the district title in week 10.
Yeah, that's going to be
That-
a great offensive game. Plaquemine really surprised me. But I think West Feliciana is. It's gonna be
gonna be a wild.
coin flip.
That I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
You flip a coin on
Yeah.
that one. You
Yeah.
have no idea.
It's going to be a wild environment down there in Plaquemine this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
5-1A, ladies and gentlemen. Basile versus East Beauregard. If East Beauregard wins, it's a 3-way split with Oberlin.
Right.
If Basile wins, it's an outright district
That's right.
title. Huge implications on the line in 5-1A.
Oh yeah. I think that is going to be an awesome ball game. I know Sam's on watching us, and I know he's got those guys. Him and Coach got those guys kicking and ready to go. That's going to be a good ball game.
Yes.
That's going to be an exciting ball game.
That's three teams who deserve it. to me.
Yes, most definitely, most definitely.
How about 5-2A, ladies and gentlemen? Welsh Greyhounds versus the Notre Dame Pios. What a matchup.
Welsh is back.
They are back.
I'm sorry, Welsh is back, and I don't take this. I'm not picking them right now or anything. I'll pick them. I'll pick later on that game. But no. I'm gonna tell you right now. Notre Dame's tough, but Welsh is back. Look out.
Yeah.
What a matchup.
That is
Week
going to be
10.
awesome. That is going to be
They're
awesome.
clicking.
Who
too.
set these schedules up
I don't
for,
know,
for
but
these matchups?
I'm excited. That's
They knew
all I
what
can
they were
say.
doing. That's-
Definitely.
That's
How about 5-5A? East Ascension versus Dutchtown this week. If Dutchtown wins, it's a 3-way split with Denham Springs. If
Jeez.
East Ascension wins, it's an outright
Right,
district title.
You know that those teams are they're scratching and clawing. They want at least a share, but man, how good would it be, and where would they be if ever they just win it outright? Where would that put them in the
Right.
rankings? God.
4-3A, ladies and gentlemen, for the outright district title. Church Point Battling Bears versus the Iota Bulldogs. Whoa, what a game. What an atmosphere Bulldog Stadium will be Friday night.
That's going to be the game that I'm going to have my eye on more than anything, because I want to see. I like these. We're going to be covered, but that one right there is going to be the game to watch.
I got
in
the
my eyes.
iPad ready.
That's right.
Yep.
Here's a 4-4A district race. St. Thomas More plays LCA this week. If LCA beats St. Thomas More, it's a 3-way split with Turlings. If St. Thomas More beats LCA, it's an outright district title for the Cougars.
Right. Wow. You can't write a script like this, man. That's just unbelievable.
Got to
It's
prep a
crazy.
lot to get this.
That's
It's
it.
crazy.
How about 4-5A? What a matchup. Thank you for getting this district here. Catholic of Baton Rouge versus Zachary for the outright 4-5A district title on a Thursday night.
Oh,
In week 10.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Oh my God.
3-4A. Rain versus Leesville with huge implications on the line. If Leesville beats Rain, then it's a three-way tie for the district title. Is that correct?
Something like that.
Because Eunice beat Rain, or Rain beat Eunice. Eunice beat Leesville,
And
Rain beat Eunice.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that's right. So if Rain wins it, outright for the Wolves.
Wow.
Sneaky talented team.
Yeah.
Rain.
And
2-5A, ladies and gentlemen, monster game. Ruston
Louisiana.
versus West Monroe for the 2-5A district championship. West Monroe got to go to Ruston. It's going to be one of those semifinal type of football games.
The
whole
atmosphere.
Up north is going crazy.
The
this weekend, too.
atmosphere
That's-
is just going to be crazy. I mean, it's going. Can you imagine that place is going to be rocking,
Well,
man?
they're not far from each other, so it's not really
No.
a home game for Ruston because it's within probably 50 miles, 30 miles of each
Yeah.
other, or something like that.
But
So
still,
still, it's going to be a good game.
If there was ever a year for Ruston to get that district title,
it's
Oh, yeah.
this
It's
year.
this
Oh,
year.
yeah,
This year.
definitely.
This is the year. Can they beat the big brother?
Yeah.
Can they beat the big powerhouse of West Monroe?
I would love to see it.
1-2A Calvary Baptist versus Loyal Prep for the outright district championship in 1-2A. Remember, Calvary made the jump up to 2A. They're trying to go win a district title in
30
2A
minutes
now.
first, okay.
What a team.
They haven't missed a beat. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. Calvary Baptist
It's still going to be a
They're still
powerhouse.
going to be a powerhouse no matter what. 1A or 2A. It doesn't matter. Just flip a coin.
It's a program right there.
3 more district title games on week 10. Wow.
You're right.
1-3A Carroll versus Union Parish for the district title. Undefeated Carroll,
Right.
Yeah.
1-loss Union Parish. It's the Trey Holly show versus that Carroll football team that has have a special season going on
Right.
for the district title.
I'm excited to see Trey
Yeah.
Holly against a Carroll defense.
Can Carroll overcome all of their issues?
Yeah.
That's the key.
Well,
But
like
this
you
is
said,
Trey Holly that we
yeah.
have. So
Yeah.
oh my God,
It's
that's
gonna
going to be a good
big
one.
night
Special ball game.
down there
hmm
at Union Parish. 1-4A North DeSoto, Northwood Shreveport. You want offense? You got it. And it's for the district title.
They're going to both be wide open. That's going to be an exciting, high-scoring ball game.
Flappy said this is entirely too many possibilities for a 3-way tie, but I got one more for you.
Yeah, wait up, Flappy. Hold on.
8-2A Ascension Episcopal versus Franklin. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
If Franklin beats Ascension Episcopal, then Lowerville, Franklin, and Ascension Episcopal share the district title.
Mm-hmm.
If Ascension Episcopal wins it, they're outright district champs. If you want to check that, make sure my calculations are right.
That sounds about right. I'm not. That sounds. I'm
I've
not
been
sure.
watching Franklin. They're in a
Yeah.
Division II bracket this
Yeah.
year. I've been watching them. They're a sneaky team.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a look at your district championship games around the state of Louisiana with huge implications for maybe 3-way ties, for maybe outright district championships, for potential first round buys,
Right.
for to sneak into the playoffs. There's so much going on the lines into this week 10 that this is why this is one of our favorite weeks of the season.
Oh, you're right. And then Sunday, whenever we finally figure out who's going where, oh my God, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Ladies
But
and
yeah.
gentlemen, it is that time of the week when the panel picks games from around the state of Louisiana. Thanks for staying up late with us. Let's get this party started.
Let's do it.
If at any point that you do not hear any volume anymore, let us know in the chat and we will quickly fix that issue because of low battery.
Right.
Week 10, if you would like to follow along with the panel tonight, You have all that right to do so. Just leave your picks in the chat. Also want to say, please leave the feelings to yourself,
Yeah.
because this is a tough week where we're going to have to go against teams we don't normally go against.
Please don't be mad at us.
And don't give it to us that much tonight.
No,
This is just gut picks for
Yeah.
half of these picks.
you're right.
Coin flips.
Coin flips, gut picks, and just who we think is going to win the game. It's all love on our end. We support all those teams from around the state.
You're right.
We have Thursday night action. We got some big ones for Thursday night. Going to start with Keith. We're going to work our way down, and we're going to fly through these picks. Got a lot of them. So we should have a lot of quick answers, and we should have a lot of debate and discussion for these
Yeah.
games. Ready, guys?
Yep.
Ready, Cam?
Yes, sir.
First time on the panel. Excited for this moment?
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Because this is
Yeah,
too hard. These are some hard picks.
We start off with Week 10, Thursday Night Football. 0-9, Hamilton Christian trying to go out with a win before the season ends. They want to send that senior class out with a win, and they ain't got many of them. I talked to them back then. They only got a few, but it would be nice to see that senior class end with a win. But it's not going to be easy because they got to go down to Elton this week, and Elton's senior night. And we talked about Elton. They're on that fence.
Right.
They're at that 27 seed. A loss right now would pretty much eliminate them from
Right.
the playoffs. So Elton, a lot to play for this week. Hamilton Christian searching for that first win of the season. Give me who you got, Keith.
Elton.
Yeah, I'm going Elton too.
I'm going Elton at home. Senior night, they need to win to get to the playoffs.
And it's going to be Elton across the board. Seniors get a win at home, and they get ready to go on the road next week. 7-2 Grand Lake at 2-7 DeQuincy. This game was moved up a day early because of potential weather. So now we talked about it. DeQuincy wins. That might give them the 3 slots they need to get into the playoffs. Grand Lake, they're just playing for seedings right now.
Right.
Wherever they fall in the final seedings, a loss right this week would hurt them going into the playoffs.
Right.
DeQuincy fighting for their playoffs lives this week. Can they get a win, Keith?
Nope.
I
Grand
know.
Lake.
I know Jake is. You wrote
Sorry,
down
Jake,
DeQuinn.
but-
Sorry, man, but I got to go with Grand Lake too.
Cam?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Grand Lake on the road. Very impressive this year.
And it's going to be Grand Lake across the board. But what if DeQuincy goes
But
wins that game?
if DeQuincy wins, I'm gonna
I'm
be
not
I
happy.
think they're in.
I'm gonna be happy for Jake. I'm gonna be happy for Jake, but I'm also gonna be happy for those players out
Yeah.
there. They were very
Grand Lake's already in it. So
Already
it's-
in.
You got to think DeQuincy gets up for senior night.
correct.
yeah.
So if they do, I think they get in. Next matchup, 3-6 Lake Charles College Prep heads down to 2-7 Kinder. Both teams flirting with that line. I call it that line.
Mhm.
One sitting at 20, one sitting at 28. Who's gonna win this matchup? You gotta think to yourself, Gary. Kinder has to play 4 quarters of football and not turn the football over. They
Correct.
cannot try to get into a track meet with Lake Charles
No.
College Prep.
That's not going to be a good thing for them. Kinder is playing for their playoff lives.
Yes.
You know, and
On
that's
senior night.
that's going to give them a little pump, I think. But they're going against Lake Charles College Prep.
You got to think Lake Charles College Prep coming off a loss to Jennings last
Right.
week.
They're going to be playing high, and you know they want to try to secure that. So, what do you think, Keith?
I'm going Kinder.
Okay, cool.
I just
Karen?
think Lake Charles College Prep is just too iffy right now.
I'm going with Prep.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Prep.
Cam?
I'm gonna go Kinder at home.
And senior night, to get into the playoffs, think it's going to be a special night at John C. Buck Stadium. Give me Kinder.
I hope so. I'd love to see it, but like I said, I think, man, it depends. Which team will show up?
Which team's going to show up?
Which team
Yeah,
will
which
show
team
up?
will show up. But I mean, it's saying, you look at that. Which team's going to show up?
For both schools.
Yeah,
Can,
I like
they
Kinder.
get it to the fourth quarter, or will they put it away early?
Before,
That's the key.
I think if Kinder holds on to the ball, I think they'll get there. Being that it's them seniors know what they got to do. It's Kinder. You know.
3-7 Northside at 6-3 Westgate. Westgate on a little skid, but that's because of who they played the last few weeks. They get it back on track this week. Agree or disagree?
I agree.
Westgate, yeah.
Cam,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Westgate.
Gary, Keith, both. All,
Yeah.
It's going to be Westgate across the board. Tigers, kind of a team where you think to yourself, man, we don't want to draw them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You're right.
Next matchup, St. Louis. And we had this all wrong earlier, huh?
Yeah.
So-
Iowa plays Cecilia.
There
Yeah.
you
Which
go.
is a
So we
very
were
big
talking
game.
Iowa Jennings earlier.
Yeah,
It's actually
I-
St.
I
Louis.
wanted to
St.
stop
Louis,
you, but
yes.
we were rolling.
7-2 St. Louis coming off a loss last week
Going against Jennings.
at a 3-6 Jennings team coming off of a win.
Mm-hmm.
Jennings, they're on that line. You win, you're in. You lose, that might steal coach's final game.
Right.
They're playing for their playoff lives. They're playing for coach to get to the playoffs one more time.
Right.
Keith, does coach get one more game?
No, I'm afraid not. Not with St. Louis. St. Louis is going to win. I
agree.
pick St. Louis. I don't. If Jennings wins, I'm happy for it because coach needs it. But it's just a better team going into Jennings right
Yeah.
now.
St. Louis coming off of a loss like they did, I think they're going to be basically hitting on all cylinders. Look out. They're going to come back.
Cam?
Yeah, I'd love to see Jennings pull it off, but I'm not gonna pick against St. Louis this week.
Yeah, it's if they would have won the district title last week, they might have got caught
Yeah.
sleepwalking
Yeah,
this week,
sleepwalking.
but it ticked off from the loss last week. I think they cleaned up the turnovers, and I think they get it going back this week. But Jennings fighting for their playoff lives on senior night. Watch out. We could be looking at upset city this week.
You're right.
But for now, I'm going St. Louis. 4-5 Sam Houston at 8-1 Southside. The Sharks, final night for that senior group of the regular season, but it won't be the final night. Those seniors play a home game.
Oh, no.
Because those seniors have earned a first round bye or a first round playoff game at home.
Right.
So now we have to pick the game. Sharks go 9-1 this season, or Sam Houston offense throws a wrench in this one.
Southside.
As my granddaughter would say, baby shark. Southside Shark.
That's right.
Cam?
I'm going Southside too, and watch out, they might make a run, if not the run.
There
I
it
would
is.
love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see
They
that.
put up some
Not
points
the
last
run.
week.
There it is. Sunday, when Cam comes back on the show, if he gets permission, he might be able to say, "Here's my Final Four. Here's my state championship game," and they might be
They
in
might
it.
be in it.
You
You're
have
right.
to find out on Sunday. How about 5-4 St. Ed's at 6-3 OC? Two teams that love to run the football. Two teams that are playing for playoff seedings.
Mhm.
You got to think that if the playoffs started today, where these two teams are ranked, both of them would be on the road.
Right.
What a win could do going into the playoffs for both teams. OC, they play aggressive defense. You got to think they're going to keep 5 in check, and
Right.
they're going to make somebody else beat them.
Right.
So we got to think about that. Can St. Ed's have some bags in the trick? Some
Yeah,
tricks in the
bag,
bag
tricks
to
in the
knock
bag,
off
yes.
OC on OC senior night. It's going to be tough. I got to go with
Yeah.
the Vikings. They have been playing some really good football in the district play, and they have ran through this district.
I'm with you, Jordy. I think OC at home, with that crowd
Donald
that's going to be
Gardner
with
Stadium.
Donald Gardner Stadium's going to be rocking. I think OC's going to be too strong for St. Anne's.
baby.
Yeah, sorry,
OC
Coach
the
Shiver,
Vikings.
but I gotta go with OC. That's just a really good football team right now.
Now, if they
Right.
played in St. Anne's of last year, different story.
Man, you talk about a team that
Past
just
couple years.
turned it on for district play and
Oh,
have
yeah.
not looked back.
Definitely.
It's the
No, yeah,
Vikings.
you're right. I agree with you. Now,
Here's an intriguing matchup here. 6-3 Cedar Creek at 6-2 St. Frederick's. Two teams that love to play defense up north. You don't see that traditionally anymore, but a defensive showdown between Cedar Creek and St. Frederick's is on the rise for Thursday night. Who wins this football game?
Cedar Creek.
Oh, big road
Big
win
road
there
win.
for the Creek.
I'm not familiar with these two teams, really. I'll be honest with you.
St.
I've heard
Frederick's
of-
came down last year, knocked off OC in the
Right.
first round. I was the only one that called it.
Right.
What's going on with St. Frederick's this year? They look like they got a 6-2 record. Cedar Creek, 3 losses are all respectful losses.
We got that running back that just
They
what
just had that
Right.
that
1,000-yard rush
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
season.
I'm going to go with Cedar Creek.
I have no idea what St. Frederick's defense is like, but if they put that guy, give that guy the ball, and it's over with.
Cam.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cedar Creek on the
Oof.
road with that running back.
Yeah.
Cedar Creek. Oh,
That's gonna be a tight
Yeah,
game.
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be a
be
close
it's gonna be
one.
a really
It's-
good
yeah.
football game.
It's gonna be a close
I'm
one.
gonna lean on the home team here. Give me St. Frederick's on senior night in this contest, but don't be
St. Fred-
surprised.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's gonna-
if they
I mean,
win, they win. It's
Right
just, I feel
now,
like
this
this is just kind of a guess,
Yeah.
a guessing game.
flip. You got a bunch of quarters. You just flip.
Yeah, especially ones we
Yeah.
don't cover usually.
Here's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday night, 7-2 Cecilia at 8-1 Iowa. It's the Bulldogs and the Yellow Jackets for Iowa's senior night. A big time road win last week. Iowa, really talented football team, all 3 phases. And let me tell you something. That tailback that they got over there,
He's good. He's
one
good,
of the
buddy.
best I've seen this season. He's definitely in the
Yeah.
top 5.
He's good. He's good.
So give me
Uh,
Iowa at home.
Oh yeah,
I
if Cecilia plays like they played against OHS, Iowa's gonna have a big night.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. As much as I'd like to see Cecilia keep it close, I'll be honest with you. I think Iowa's gonna run away with it.
I think so too.
Cam?
Yeah, I think Iowa wins, but I don't know if they run away with it.
I don't-
know that
I don't think they
Cecilia
run away with
defense
it
isn't
either.
Bad.
Because Cecilia got some trick plays.
Yeah.
They've
What
done
they
some-
do, I know.
They got.
gotta be
I know. They had a few of them we watched.
That's what I'm saying. With OHS, they can just threw a
respectful
couple in
game,
there, and
I
I was
think.
like,
I think it gets to the 4th quarter. I think Iowa pulls away late.
And then Iowa stays in the top 3.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, most definitely. I think,
Iowa
yeah.
looking to secure their first round bye this week. Next matchup, ladies and gentlemen, 8-1 Warren Easton at 7-2 McDonough 35. You got to think this matchup is on a
Right.
Thursday night because I think a lot of them share the same stadium in New Orleans, right, Gary?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And this is when I was looking at the list. This one come out at me. It caught me, and man, that's going to be a tough ball game. But like I said,
I haven't heard much
I
about
think
McDonald 35.
not this year. No, not as much as the previous years.
Yeah.
But Warren Easton, we have.
Yeah.
You know, I think we got to go with. Personally, I'm going to go with Warren Easton.
Same here.
Cam?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Warren Easton. Now McDonough
tradition on
35
the
they can pull off an upset if they
Yeah,
can hold
McDonough
the ball,
got
but
two,
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
Warren
they
Easton.
do.
Yeah, I like Warren. Oh,
I don't
Lord,
know.
I didn't put it on the wrong side.
I know more about
I like
Easton
Warren
than you.
Easton myself in this contest. They should go into the playoffs as the number 1 ranked team.
Yeah.
Correct.
How about the big one on Thursday night, ladies and gentlemen? 8-1 Catholic of Baton Rouge against 7-1 Zachary Broncos. Holy hell, what a matchup.
Mm-mm.
Did you just flip a coin, my friend?
I just did. Flip the coin, Bubba.
I'm going with
Catholic
the
of BR,
Broncos.
Zachary. 2 teams eyeing a state title this year, but they have to go through each other in week 10 for the
Right.
district championship.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I've watched Zachary. And I got to go with Zachary. I think that they're just playing. They're on a mission, and nothing against Catholic of Baton Rouge because I've been a fan of theirs all year. But man, in this, they playing in Zachary. I think that the atmosphere is going to be phenomenal, and I got to go with Zachary.
I think Zachary has more. They're clicking better this year than they did last. I mean, Catholic of Baton Rouge is just kind of there. You know, they're winning, but it's not the same. I think there's more team in Zachary than
Yeah.
I mean, just the way that they look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with Zachary.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Zachary at home. Like you said, it's a lot more team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not saying
I'm
Catholic
going
of Baton Rouge
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not a team, but I'm just saying
Catholic
from what
of
I've
Baton
seen.
Rouge.
I think it's a 7-point difference.
Yeah.
Catholic of Baton Rouge only loss this year came to an out-of-state opponent.
Correct.
Catholic of Baton Rouge wins the district title on the road. Close win.
yeah.
There's
Go ahead.
Waldo.
Go ahead.
Nice. I mean,
that's a good pick.
It could
That's
go
a good
either
pick.
way.
But
It-
I'll be honest with you, man. I'd hate.
if
I'm
they were-
not gonna pick against.
If
Zachary
they were
right
at Catholic of Baton Rouge, I'd pick Catholic of Baton Rouge because it's the home. And it's a
Home-
senior night. You know
home
that
field
that's
matters.
the thing.
now. Right.
And Zachary puts up
Right.
a good show.
Right.
They really do. Their support is.
But that's
excellent.
Zachary has some scary games this year.
Yeah.
Where it has been close for comfort.
right.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah, so I like Catholic of BR on the road. Close, special teams, gets it done. Might be field position from a
Right.
punt, might be a late field goal.
Right.
Hey,
Hell, it might be a
2-point conversion for a touchdown.
fumble on,
Yeah.
fumble on
A
a
late
kickoff
turnover.
return or
Yeah,
something.
you don't know.
Yeah,
You don't
can't
know.
ever tell with that.
How about Friday Night Football, ladies and gentlemen?
Here we
Are
go.
you having fun yet? Because it's about to
30 more
get,
folk go.
we got 30 plus more.
Yeah. Well, it's all good.
Two teams playing in week 10, searching for that first win of the season.
Yeah.
0-8 Port
Flat.
Barry. 0-9 Pine Prairie. Somebody's going to end the season with a win, and they're going to be feeling really good going into the off season. It's hard to say you're feeling really good, but those seniors get that win on senior night, or
Right.
those seniors get that win on the road for their final game of their career.
Yeah. You're right.
Two teams, seniors playing their final game of their career.
Pine Prairie's home, Troy.
Pine Prairie versus Port Barry. Who wins this game gets their first win.
The Red Devils. Just cause. They need to. They're the.
My goodness, Gary.
Wow.
Come on,
Boy,
Gary.
they want me to. Hey,
Gary, why not?
go for it. Port Barry.
Gary says Port Barry.
Red Devils. Put it on them, baby.
That's it.
yeah.
Go,
Keith,
Port Barry.
Cam,
Yeah, I said it earlier. I seen more from Port Barry than I did from Pine Prairie, and we played them both. I like Port Barry.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Whenever we played them, I don't know about any other, but
Jordan, Pine Prairie. Senior night, fun, wild
Oh.
fourth quarter. Pine Prairie, close win in the shootout.
I hope you're wrong.
I think number 2, George, goes out with a bang.
That's I agree. That's gonna be what's gonna probably if they do pull it off.
It's his
That's
senior
gonna
night. I think he goes
that's
out
gonna
with a
give
bang.
them. That's gonna give it to them.
West St. Mary searching for their first win of the season. They're going to take on Catholic of New Iberia. This may be a track meet.
Yep.
Catholic of New Iberia will run away with this one. Yes or no?
Yes.
yeah.
Como looking for their first win against Sulphur this week. Can they get it?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah, actually, I picked Sulphur.
I like Sulphur at home. Avoyles coming off a fresh district title.
Yep.
Gonna take on
This is
Pickering.
going to be ugly.
Ugly.
This one's gonna get away.
Fast.
They might touch 80 this week.
Yeah.
Avoyles on the road, big.
Big. With an exclamation point on
Oh
it.
yeah, I like to see them in the playoffs. They're going to be in the playoffs, but
I got it.
Is my buddy watching?
Who that?
Chris.
Chris?
Brogy. It ain't gonna be pretty, Brogy. 1-8 Beauchamp at 8-1 OHS this week. Donald Gardner Stadium, Friday night for senior night. Those Tigers, they ain't got many seniors.
Right.
Gets a big time win. They go into the playoffs. They get healthy after the first round bye. And watch out as they make their run for the state.
You right. OHS,
Big.
big.
Well, it would be big if he played all the starters the whole game. Halftime, he's going to put his subbies in.
Chris says they're putting the Gators on the pit.
Oh Lord!
OHS gets away early.
Oh yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be, I think it's gonna be
it's,
bad. Yeah.
Brogy, you're gonna
OHS
have,
by 50.
you're gonna have a lot of stats to keep up with that night,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
And they stay
Yeah.
at number one. I'm gonna go
You
with
like that?
too.
They stay at number
I
one.
think they
Yeah.
stay at number one.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't see them. They're.
Who's
I'll-
on their tail right now?
I'll be
Is it
honest
North
with
Dakota?
Minnesota.
Yeah,
North
North
Dakota.
But I think they're gonna, and I hate this. I think they're gonna dominate this game so much that they're not gonna be able to drop them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry.
It's hard with power rankings.
I know, but
it's-
God,
Can
it's
they
just-
get a
The
little
computer
help?
don't look at the game. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They need Cecilia to win.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But I don't know. I just
They need a lot of teams to win.
Yeah.
Santa Mont, Turlings,
Yeah.
Nish. They need a bunch of teams
Yeah.
to win because playing this one-win team is gonna hurt them. But I don't see them falling no more
No.
than one spot.
No,
They might
you
go
need
to
the top
two.
two.
They might go to two, but I don't see. I'm hoping
They're
that
still
they
going to
do
home.
this
They're
year.
going to still going to host a playoff game.
Could you
At least not
imagine
two.
Right.
the road to state goes through Donald Gardner Stadium?
You're right, boy.
For
Wouldn't
both
that be
teams.
awesome?
Could you imagine?
Both
For
teams.
OHS as well as OC?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that would be.
OC
That would be a
gonna be on the
scheduling
road.
nightmare, wouldn't
OC's gonna be on
it?
the road.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, next up, 1-8 Crawley at St. Martinville, a team that has turned it on as of late. It is the Tigers from St. Martinville. They're starting to get scary going into the playoffs. They might not want to be played. You might not want to draw them in the first or second round.
DeVille's gonna do this.
Yeah, the Bills
take
going to
this.
walk all over them. If I don't pick St. Martinville, I ain't sleeping tonight.
Are you sleeping on the couch?
Yeah. Better pick St. Martinville.
Eunice 5-4 at 1-8 Lagrange. Lagrange coming off a big time win to snap the streak. Can they rally the troops and get one more before this season comes to an end? It ain't gonna be easy. They welcome in the Bobcats. Will Lagrange get one more before it's all said and done?
Cameron, what do you
Eunice.
think? I'm going off Cameron
So-
because he's played Eunice.
Yeah, Eunice is actually they're having what you would call a down year, but they're still they may start slow since it's away, but they're gonna run away with
Still
it.
in the district race.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I picked Eunice anyway, but I was just wanted to see what you had to
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
about it
yeah.
because you played them or you know of the team. So
Yeah.
Gary?
Oh yeah, Eunice.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Westminster on that line. A win and they get in scenario. But it's a tough
Playing
Week 10
No,
team
they
to
gotta
go
go
against.
see,
Yeah.
see.
It's hard to get into the playoffs when your Week 10 is against an 8-1 Catholic Appointed P Hornet
Yeah.
team on senior night.
I don't see them having. I think Point P is gonna
Hornets
just
win.
go.
Yeah,
On
Hornets
senior
win.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hornets win.
Nothing against coach, but
I
Yeah.
love
He's got a-
Westminster Christian Academy. I love what they do for us and everything like that. But man, they playing against Catholic Point Capee. That team is hard to beat over there in New Roads.
Yeah, only tasted one defeat this year, and it's come to
OC.
OC.
Right.
And OC turned it on when district play started.
Correct.
Coach Vinny taking his team into the playoffs. That's going to be a
We good?
Yep.
All right.
I gotta get the charger ready.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, man. I think I'm.
Restart it.
I'm
Let's talk about the pick.
okay. Oberlin versus Ville Platte. Man, I got to give the edge to Oberlin. I think Oberlin's just going to be too solid. On that. Ville Platte. I'm gonna tell you, athletes
They
and the
will
way
get
that they
around
play,
it.
they will get around that.
They will get
you know.
around you. It's going to be
So-
a little closer than records
Ville
say.
Platte's got a lot of fast guys.
And
on
then
there,
it's
man.
at Ville Platte.
Yeah.
So,
They're
Yeah.
going to be up
I'm
senior
not,
night.
It's definitely Oberlin's going to win, but
It won't
Okay.
be as bad as it could
no,
be.
Yeah,
You know?
Right.
Platte's, they got
Right.
I mean, they could get
Yeah.
blown out, but they're not going to get stomped.
Correct. But I think Oberlin has just got too much. I don't know. Like you say, you talk about team discipline and everything. Now, don't get me wrong. Ville Platte's coming.
Give me that chair. Go
But-
ahead. Y'all go continue to talk.
Ville Platte is coming, but I don't think
Not this year.
that it's going to be this year. I think in the future it's going to be kicking. But that's just me.
If he gets out there, it's looking real good right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good take, sir. I've taken Oberlin myself
Yeah.
on the road, but don't be surprised if Ville Platte pulls the upset here.
That would. Hey,
I wouldn't mind that.
Doug Gilry.
I would love.
I would
that
love
for
to see
Coach
Doug do something positive like that,
Yep.
over there. But I still think Oberlin's a little bit too strong.
Somebody that is playing well this season is New Iberia Senior High.
Right, Nish.
They got Lafayette this week. Lafayette's starting to struggle this year.
Right.
The last few weeks, Lafayette has come into a little struggle spree. Can we see Nish win at home this week? Or do you like the Lions?
Man, that's a hard pick.
I'm going Lions.
Keith's going Lafayette. Gary?
Man.
Cam?
Minnie
I don't
going
know.
with Lions.
Min is a graduate of Lafayette.
Oh, okay. She's always gonna
I'm
go
gonna go
there.
to Liberia at home.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do. I think they played Erath, or was that Catholic High New Iberia?
Man,
They played some teams in their district because they got 8 of them.
yeah.
Oh well, maybe it wasn't Erath.
I'm going Nish. Gary Swallow.
Yeah, I'm thinking hard about going with Nish myself. I think I got to go with that. They're playing at home.
Playing well as of late.
Lafayette's been struggling. They've been playing,
Yep.
So I'm sorry, Miss Mindy, but I got to go with Nish.
Yep. Three and 6 North Central at 6-3 Sacred Heart. North Central hot streak ended
Mm-hmm.
when they got to district play. Sacred Heart we saw them against St. Ed's,
Right.
look really good.
Mm-hmm.
They played Catholic Appointed P, big loss. They
Right.
played OC, big loss. They're going to play North Central this week, big win.
Big win, yes. I
Yeah.
think it's going to go Sacred Heart.
Sacred Heart.
Cam?
Oh yeah, big win for senior night.
Yeah,
Sacred Heart.
Trojans get it done at home here in week 10. How about 3 and 6 Maryville at 5-4 Gaydon? Give me a winner.
Get on.
Okay, don't.
Gaydon.
Gaydon on senior night,
Mhm.
they secure their playoff spot.
Correct.
When's the last time Gaydon was in the playoffs?
I'm not sure.
Somebody let me know. 6-3 ERAF at 3 and 6 Donaldsonville. This ERAF football team, they can play some football.
Mm-hmm.
Donaldsonville, not your traditional 3 and 6
Usually
football
the other way
team.
around.
Yeah.
Usually flipped.
They're down this year. I'm gonna go Erath, man. I think Erath's
Yep.
playing high.
Erath.
On the road.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Erath on the road. I think they're a little bit better than their record says. I think they should. I think they lost a close one. I know they struggled with Crowley last week, but Crowley, man, they don't quit, so you can't really go based off of that.
And this is a tough one. You got to think about whether or not Donaldsonville's played a tough schedule or not. Donaldsonville's at home. ERAF's playing well as of late. They knocked off Kaplan. They knocked off Abbeville. That's what's going to give me this pick here of the way they've played late. Give me ERAF on the road. Brobridge, Livonia. 4-5 versus 3-6. Tigers, Wildcats. Who gets this win?
Brobridge.
I'm going Brobridge.
I'll go Livonia at
Oh,
home.
Jesus. Let me scratch it off. See what I
Brobridge
get
got-
for writing it down a little too early?
Yeah, that's
Brobridge
right.
getting shut out. That's not really a good look. I'm pretty sure OHS had some JV guys in at the end of the game, and they still, I don't know. I'd like to see Livonia pull this off.
Livonia at home
Senior
gets the
night.
win. Okay. Who wins this next one? 4-4 Mamu at 4-5 Northwest. We talked about it earlier. Northwest is sitting on that fence. Raiders at home. Big time game for
Right.
the Raiders.
Raiders are going 5-5.
Yeah.
They win, they in.
They
I'm
win.
going Northwest.
Alex
Northwest.
no. Okay. Northwest across the board. Tell you what,
But they better
Mamu,
be careful.
they better be careful
Yeah.
with Mamu.
Mama
Yeah,
could sneak in on
Mamu
you.
can sneak in on. They got
They
some
got a little
athletes.
sneak right there. They go.
Mm-hmm.
North Vermilion Turlings. 4-5 North Vermilion. 8-1 Turlings.
Turtles.
Turtles.
Rebels roll.
Big.
Ooh.
We talked about this next one. Huge district implications on the line when Ascension Episcopal and Franklin meet. A couple of teams both looking for their 5th win of the season. Who wins this one? Ascension Episcopal on the road or Franklin at home?
Franklin at home.
Wow.
Tough, huh, Gary?
Yeah, you're right.
It's
Oh,
the home
man.
game. It's senior night, so that's why I'm giving it to Franklin.
Yep.
I mean, it's a coin toss between the two, really.
If the
Okay.
Ascension Episcopal team shows up from last week,
Right.
Yeah, it's over with.
I think, and could it be special teams? Because, I mean, they got a good kicker, and all this other stuff, but they're playing Franklin at home. I'm going to go Franklin. I'm going to go Franklin at home.
I'm going to go Franklin. I've been keeping up with them. They're a sneaky team.
yeah, I'm gonna go Franklin just because Ascension Episcopal burnt me in the beginning of the year a couple times,
A couple times they burnt us.
3 times.
Yeah.
So it seems like when I pick against them, they win.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens this week.
Yeah.
5-4 Patterson at 6-3 Berwick.
Mm.
Patterson's got the state's leading passer and receiver. Berwick at home for senior night could be the difference maker. Can they match up with that receiving core and slow down that passing game this week?
I'm not sure.
It's only going to get harder, Gary.
I know. I'm going
Yeah.
Patterson, man. If they got a quarterback and receiving core on that, and they got that going, I think that's going to give them an edge.
Berwick.
I like Berwick at home. They're another team. I think their schedule, their record does them a little wrong. They got some big wins this year. I seen beginning of the year. I think they finished strong with senior night.
Tough pick. I'm going to go Berwick myself. It was a coin flip for me with Patterson. Oh, give me Berwick. 5-4 Rain at 7-2 Leesville. Leesville, that talented running back. Can they shake off the loss last week over Eunice and make this a 3-way district race?
Yep.
Or can Rain secure the bag and bring the district title home?
Leesville.
Leesville.
Man,
That's a hard pick. I want
It
you to
is.
know that.
it is because Rain has a good running back too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think, if Eunice can beat Leesville and OHS can beat them, I've seen Rain. I know Will they show up? I'm gonna go Leesville because rain is hit or miss, but I would not be surprised at all if rain.
I agree
beats
with
them
everything
by,
you just
know,
said.
double digits. I wouldn't be surprised.
Give me Leesville at home because week 10 home senior nights, you play a
It's-
little harder.
Yeah, it's
Right.
different.
Acadiana 6-3 at 5-4. Bar, big win for the Wrecking Rams last week.
Right?
Will they have any troubles this week against Barb? Barb can sling it now.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think Acadiana is going to control the ball.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to basically keep the ball for 10 minutes and give it to them for 2 and blah, 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 you know. So I'm going Acadiana. Fear the Veer.
Barb.
Barb, says Mr. Keith.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Acadiana. I think they'll control the clock a lot, like you said.
Try to secure a first round bye. Acadiana wins this matchup. Give me the Wrecking Rams on the road. Don't think it's going to be a lopsided score.
No,
I
it'll be
think
very
think
close.
Barb's going to give them all they
Yeah.
can handle for
Yeah.
4 quarters.
Right. I think it's going to be a very close game.
Absolutely.
5-4 Delcom at 5-4 Lowerville. Tricky matchup here. Tough to pick a winner, but we have to pick a winner.
Lowerville.
Lowerville at home. I think that's going to be the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Lowerville shut out last week at home?
I don't remember. I don't remember the
If
scores.
that's true, that's gonna mess with my pick.
Let me see. Where's your week 9?
We didn't put scores
Because
down.
Delcom is a sneaky team this year.
Go ahead, Keith.
No, I'm going Leesville.
Lowerville.
Lowerville, I mean. Sorry. And I think it's home game, senior night,
Yeah.
all that fun
They were
stuff.
on the road.
Play.
Catholic out here. So
Yeah.
I got that one wrong. Yeah. Lowerville at home.
Another one. I wouldn't be surprised if Delcom came
Well,
out.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're more familiar
This
with that
one
area
gonna-
anyway,
This
where
one,
you're at. So
this one here going to be tough for me.
Yeah. How about a good old fashioned fist fight in the trenches? 2 physical football teams meeting on Friday night down there in Rose Pine, Louisiana, ladies and gentlemen. When Oakdale and number 10 hits the road to go take on Grant Dakota and those Eagles. It's 6-2. It's 7-2.
We working on it.
Go ahead. Say everything I just said.
I wasn't listening that much.
Repeat everything I just said about that matchup.
Does Oakdale go into Rose Pine and defeat the Eagles, or does the Veer stay, pound them or whatever?
I'm going to come back and I'm going to re-say it.
Yeah, you gonna reset all this
close,
stuff.
but I don't think it's what he wanted.
I said whatever, and you said Rose Pine, and then
Yeah.
I'm going Oakdale because I gotta support Mikey.
Okay. We're going to have to slide the helmets in. I think that's the farthest I can go back with the
Oh, that's good. That's good. We'll just yell.
slide them 6 helmets in. Iota, bring Iota in. Keep on coming. Keep on coming.
How we at?
Cam, scoot over.
Yeah, just scoot over a bit.
Now y'all can scream.
We can do that. Yeah, we can. We good, guys?
New volume.
All right.
All right, let's try this.
So now we gotta yell. And we're gonna talk a little bit louder, guys, because the battery went dead.
All right,
that's
ladies and
good.
gentlemen, we go back to this matchup. A good old-fashioned fist fight in the trenches this week with number 10 from Oakdale and Grant Dakota down there with Rose Pine. It's the Warriors. It's the Eagles. And you want physical football, ladies and gentlemen? You got it, because both of these two teams love a physical football game, and that's what you're going to get. It might end early because they like to run the football. But somebody's got to win this one, and I think it comes down to the turnover battle.
Right.
Yep.
And whoever keeps it clean. All right. That's gonna be awesome, guys. I think this is gonna be one of the best.
Oh, you have to make a pick.
I know. Hold on.
Keith?
I'm gonna go.
I'm going
He
Rose.
went Rose Pine.
I went Rose Pine.
Oh, I was gone.
That's true. You were just
Oh, yeah. He was working on the situation.
Gary?
I'm going Oakdale, man. Mikey, don't let me down, boy.
Sam?
Yeah, Rose Pine at home.
And I'm going Oakdale on the road, run crazy, number 10. Fear to fear.
Fear to fear. I think it's gonna work. I think Mikey's got that.
Our
it
first
working.
split of the night.
That's right.
It's about
Pretty much.
time. All it took was 31 picks in.
Pretty much.
All right, 6-3 Homer at 8-1 Haynesville. Haynesville, full of tradition at that stadium. You walk in, you see championship banners all across the front of the stadium. I had the pleasure 2 years ago of going cover a playoff game up there. So much tradition in that stadium, Gary.
You're
you
right.
have to go down there and see that stadium one day.
You're right.
Haynesville is going to welcome in the defending state champs, Homer. Homer looking to get back in the win column this week as they go into the playoffs. Both of these teams are battling for a spot in that top 5 of the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. So who wins this football game?
Haynesville.
Haynesville for Mr. Keefe. Gary?
I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna go with Haynesville too.
Haynesville for Mr. Gary.
I think it's gonna be a close ball game, and that home field advantage is gonna give them a little edge.
Close game, Haynesville. Tradition. I've seen them play in the dome too many times.
You're talking about a rivalry here with two teams and their fan bases that show up for this one.
Correct.
This one's circled on the calendar,
Oh yeah.
and they've been waiting on this one all year, and they are ready to get after it. So we have Haynesville across the board here for y'all three.
Yeah.
Homer gets back in the win
I'm
column
winning.
this week. Homer goes on the road and wins this football game.
That's possible. Wouldn't doubt it, but that's why you gotta pick them and why you gotta play the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, the battle of the Russo Trophy. 5-4 Abbeville at 4-5 Kaplan.
I don't want to pick this game.
There goes the flip of the coin. There goes the sit back in the chair. There goes Cam laughing his. Oh,
That's how people go like, oh my God.
I know I'm not.
Abbeville with that really talented defense. Kaplan with that really talented fullback. Capacity is going to go for 35 plus carries on Friday night. We know that.
Yeah.
That's their bread and butter.
It's outrageous.
Give him the football and try to milk the clock. That's their go-to.
That's what they do.
You think about Abbeville, Gary. They want to run it right at you themselves, but they just line up a little differently. Two teams that love smash mouth football, and they're gonna come right at you and hit you every play.
Both teams are good.
Whose defense is gonna step up when it matters? That's number one. And also, who hits the first play action? Big play. That's what I'm looking for on Friday night. Which team gets the first play action that sets the tone of the game?
Right.
Also, who holds on to the ball?
Yeah.
Too, because they got a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're talking
Yeah, you're talking
about
about a lot of
turnover
turnovers.
battle.
Turnovers are an issue.
Keith, gotta make a pick. Sucks to make a pick here.
Oh.
Gotta make a pick.
Dang it. I don't want to go against them, but I'm going to have to. Abbeville.
Keith says Abbeville.
Me too.
Gary says Abbeville. Cam?
Abbeville on the road.
Cam says Abbeville on the road. So the Russo Trophy stays in Abbeville for these three. Kaplan on senior night finds a way, Gary.
They do.
That's how close this pick is. I mean,
Guys,
it's
this-
terrible.
I didn't want to make this pick, but I have to.
Kaplan finds a way on senior night to win a four-quarter war
It's going to be a war, no matter what.
Yeah,
and make a
it
play.
was like
at the
last
end.
year, toward the end of the game, before anybody found out what the score. Whoever won.
Best week, week 10,
that's-
best week of picks, guys. This is terrible.
It's fun. It is fun.
It is. It's one of the best things to do is pick a high school sports. Just man, these games right here are just so doggone
Wait,
awesome.
we ain't even got into the meat of the thing
no,
yet.
no, wait till those coming back.
Yeah, they're coming in.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8-1, the Basile Bearcats hitting the road, trying to win an outright district championship. But before they can win an outright district championship, East Beauregard comes knocking and says, you got to come down to my field. It's my senior night. I want a taste of that district championship trophy. And here's Oberlin in the background. Never
They go like this.
been,
The Warriors, on the horses
they
waiting,
never
man.
supported East Bow as much as they're going to support them this week.
Yeah.
You're right.
East Bow, hell of a fullback in their backfield.
Right.
Basile, hell of a two-headed monster in their backfield.
Right.
Two teams, they're going to run it right at you.
Right.
They're going to make you go earn it. In the trenches, ladies and gentlemen, Basile Bearcats on the road, outright district champs, 9-1. Basile gets the win on the road.
I agree. I think Basile's
Basile.
that two-headed monster's gonna.
East Bow's
prevail.
gonna touch the ball twice in the first quarter, and
That's
Both,
about
both
it.
teams have similar offenses.
yeah, it's
They're
just,
going to bleed it out.
it's just gonna be.
Basile's gonna be more physical.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think so too. I think
That's
so
gonna
too.
get that's a no-brainer there.
Yeah, I
The
think so.
defense, the
I
Basile
think
defense is
that's
just gonna tear it up.
But that's gonna be a good ball game.
Oh, it is gonna be a real good ball game.
So we're going Basile across the board.
Correct.
Boy, we look like some fools.
We might.
Win
We
this
might.
game. But if they do, congratulations.
Definitely.
Three-way tie
Yeah.
for the district title. But the way we feel right now, we've been on their high train all season long.
Right.
And you just
They've
haven't
lost
stopped.
one game
Yeah.
from a last-second touchdown.
Hail Mary.
pass.
They're one play away from being undefeated.
Yeah.
I think Basile is just a little too much for East Bow.
And where will Basile fall in the rankings on Sunday?
Man, that's gonna
That'll
be
be
interesting.
Oh, here we go.
University Live comes in at 6-3, all respected losses.
Correct.
They're going to hit the road and go down to Parkview Baptist and take on the 8-1 Eagles. Big time football happening on Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, when the Cubs and the Eagles square off for 48 minutes. Who wins this football game?
Parkview.
I don't know, man. ULab's playing some good ball. That's
Parkview's playing some good
Yeah.
ball.
Parkview is doing some
ULab's playing
excellent-
some good teams.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
The- the-
well,
the
that's what I
playing-
mean.
the
Basically,
games
they're
are
playing good
just-
ball, but they're playing some great teams. Home field advantage goes to Parkview. I think I got to give them the edge, slight edge.
Cam, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I'm not picking against ULab.
I'm not picking against them either. ULab on the road.
That's my upset of the week. I'm gonna go with that.
You can't call it with these two teams.
Yeah, but
Upset of the week.
well, I mean, record-wise, it's at Parkview. I'm just. Yeah,
That's what I feel is giving them the edge. Is that
Yeah.
home field advantage and that little, like you said, it's probably senior night and everything like that for them. That's going to be a ball game and a half, man. That's going to be one of the best ball games that we're gonna be talking about come Saturday,
And
or
you
recap.
And you never know, this might be a lopsided
Yeah, it
football
might.
game.
Yeah, you don't know.
ULab on the road, Gary Swallow.
Okay, well I'm going Parkview at home.
How about your 9-0 Vermilion Catholic Screaming Eagles hitting the road to take on 8-1 Hanson Memorial. Hanson Memorial's only loss this year came to Central Catholic. Vermilion Catholic, unbeaten, unblemished, looking for an outright district championship. Do they get it this week on the road? Big.
BC big.
Oh yeah.
Big.
BC big.
VC.
Big.
Vermilion Catholic outright district champs after this week.
They're gonna be sitting at the house the whole
Man.
time.
Watching that team.
Wow. Astros just no hit the Phillies.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
Wow.
Astro, now you got me talking baseball. BC, after watching them last week, made me realize that
They're not
they're
pretenders.
not
they're
pretenders. They are contenders, and they're going to go out there. I think they're going to do this, and I think it's going to be a one-sided ball game. Sorry. Nothing against.
Stay healthy, VC.
That's right. Stay healthy and get it. Make a run.
You're gonna have that week to heal up.
St. Charles Newman, good old-fashioned robbery in this district here. This time it's for the district championship. 6-3 St. Charles at 7-1 Newman. Can Arch Manning get his Greenie football team a district championship on senior night? One last time for Mr. Manning. Can he do it?
Yes. Newman Green all the way.
I don't know, man.
If the defense plays defense, yes. If the defense doesn't, it's all on the Arch. Because they've had trouble with the defense all year long.
Karen!
Oh,
He's choking over here.
what is it? St. Charles has all of their starters back who were out. They were missing 8.
Cam, what you thinking?
Well, I'm gonna go with a close one. Newman. I think it, like you said, Keith, it's gonna be all on Arch, but I think he gets it done.
Yeah, I think he gets it done too, but it's because to be honest with you, Newman's defense is not.
Yeah, no,
it's
that-
not
I
that
agree.
good.
I agree.
Man, I'm going with St. Charles.
Wouldn't
I'm sorry. I just, you know, they had a lot of people out, and I knew that they had some injuries, but I mean, I got to go with St. Charles. You know,
Probably right.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
He's gonna probably put.
They've been chasing this district title for a few years, if I'm not mistaken.
is that Newman?
And St. Charles has had their number.
Yeah.
Every time. I know.
Braden can correct me if I'm wrong there. I think senior year, we finally get it done, Gary. How far they go into the playoffs is yet to be determined.
I don't
I'm
think
not
it's-
I'm not on board yet. But if they get a big win here in week 10, you got to start leaning a little bit that
Right.
way. But I like Newman at home here.
I just got a gut feeling that St. Charles is going to
Well,
be too much
they
with
do,
these
that's
guys
great,
coming back.
but I-
and you know, as much as I hate to say this, you know, I think Newman has been
Yeah.
lucky. I think they've been lucky, you know.
Oh man! All right. District title game, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of them might be district
Pretty
title
much.
games.
Yeah, pretty much.
8-1 St. James at 8-1 E.D. White. Hello offense, hello defense,
You're right.
hello senior night, hello district title game.
E.D. White, my friend.
Yep. That's what I'm going with.
For the 8-3A district championship. Hold your ears, Troy. You're not going to want to hear what Gary and Keith just said.
Sorry. E.D. White, man.
E.D. White.
It's at home.
Yeah. That's what's
Cam?
giving them the edge.
Tell me why, because it's at home, it doesn't matter.
Because St. James is fast. They're always fast. They always play together. They're always well coached. And so is E.D. White. I don't want to pick against St. James. I'm going to go St. James on the road. I don't want to pick against them.
St. James on the road, says Mr. Cam. Gary?
E.D. White. Another split.
We're gonna have a couple more. I think.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have 1 or 2 more down here.
9-0 West Feliciana. 9-0 Plaquemine. District championship game. It's a blackout at Plaquemine. West Feliciana looks like they're back to their championship form
Right.
from when we watched them go win the state title a few years back. Is West Feliciana back? Can they prove it over Plaquemine this week? Big time road contest awaits. Or can Plaquemine win in front of a should be big time crowd? That stadium is huge. We covered the game there
Yeah.
for one time.
Right.
If they could fill that stadium, that's going to be an atmosphere out of this world.
I think Plaquemine is hitting on. Well, they both hitting on all cylinders. I think Plaquemine, that home field advantage, that place is going to be rocking. It's going to be raucous. I'm going with Plaquemine in a tight one.
Tight one.
Tight one.
Keith?
Back
Cam?
I'm going Westfield and a tight one.
Westfield, the tight one, Garrett.
We're going tight one. We're going tight.
Westfield, the tight one. Give me another split.
Hey, I'm going with Plaquemine. So I know
I
that.
think West Feliciana has.
Number one tight end
Right.
in the country.
It's East Feliciana.
No, it's East Feliciana.
That's East Feliciana.
Yeah. But man, either way, these 2 teams are.
Yeah, no,
I'm
still,
sorry,
hey,
man.
West
Feliciana has.
Throw it.
Yeah.
Throw it up.
I'd like for Plaquemine to win.
but I just think Westfield does.
Yeah. Man, I was back and forth for that pick. I'm going to lean with West Feliciana and see if they're really that good.
Yeah.
There's no bad picks on these 2 teams.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week where we announce Holly's Lock of the Week.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Are you sure you want to put this as a lock?
Troy.
My God.
Troy, she picked St. James last week as her Lock of the Week, and y'all did not let her down. She's 8-1 on the year. For Lock of the Week, she said she needed to up her game and make some tougher picks. Well, I think she made a tough pick this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Holly's Lock of the Week goes to Union Parish over Carroll.
I'm with
Carroll's
it.
first loss.
I'm with it.
Union.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
The Farmers.
How they say that in the dodgeball movie? That's bold strategy.
You're right. I'm with her. I gotta say it. I'm with her.
8-0 Carroll hits the road, takes on 8-1 Union Parish for the district championship. Carroll coming off of a hell of a season. Can they get one more and go into the playoffs? Can they go into the playoffs undefeated with a district title and flush all the stuff in the past? Or is the Trey Holly show one more week? Because you know it's revenge tour
Right.
for that football team. Bad taste in their mouth, back-to-back years.
You're right.
Trey Holly at home. Guess what, Garrett?
They win.
No, guess what?
What?
He's been around forever, hasn't he?
Right. And he,
It's his senior night this week.
right.
Trey Holly,
How many more yards is he gonna get?
Trey Holly, old senior night, and the district title.
I agree. But he keeps adding to his total. He already broke the record. So everything he gets is just. This is not gonna. He's
It's
just
on
adding
now,
on.
man.
His record is gonna stand forever.
It's all on
Oh,
yeah,
Union
on top
at
of that
home.
record.
Union at home. I think it's going to be really close, but I think Shortage.
And they haven't been winning by much. I mean, it's been
12-8, you know.
14-10.
Right.
I mean, they've been close games, but they're still winning.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh boy.
for the 5-2A district championship. 8-0 Welsh Greyhounds at 7-2 Notre Dame Pios. Welcome to Salt Capital of the world. Am I right? Rice capital?
No, that's not That's rain, man.
I'm thinking of rain.
Yeah, you think
They're going to Crawley. Welcome to Crawley, Louisiana, for a district showdown between the Greyhounds and the Pios. You talk about fun football when Welsh is good. When Welsh is playing good football, it makes things fun for that district. And Notre Dame, they were picked in the preseason to win this district. And not really anybody to be a contender. Welsh has accepted that role, Gary. And now they set up a winner-take-all on Friday nights. Greyhounds, Pios, you got to think, whoever makes the first mistake could be a huge difference in this one.
Welsh had made many mistakes this
Yeah.
year.
You know, someone said a couple of weeks ago, said, is Welsh back? And we kept on having this argument and this talk. Man, I just got to go with Welsh, man. I think Welsh is back. I think they're clicking on all cylinders. I'm going with Welsh. I'm
Wow,
going with Welsh.
Gary.
Sorry.
Welsh.
Much as I love
Welsh.
Notre Dame, I'm gonna tell you right now, I think Welsh is gonna be a little too much.
Welsh.
Right?
Cam.
Welsh is back, and Notre Dame.
That's a
I
hard
feel like
pick.
it's not the same Notre Dame.
I think it's Pios senior night.
Yeah.
Pios,
Yeah,
But is it senior? I'm just gonna go Welsh.
Pios have won some games this year that a lot of people wouldn't say they should have won.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the Pios beat Southside earlier in the season?
Yeah.
I think they did.
Oh man. Well,
You got to think Notre Dame beat St. Martinville earlier this year. So they've got some quality
They got some
wins
quality
on
wins.
their schedule. It's senior night.
Welsh has two though. That's
Yeah.
the thing. I mean, they're not going against the ticky tack teams. I mean,
Bro,
I
Brogy,
think Welsh are really
Brogy says I rarely pick against the Pioneers, not taking a chance.
Notre Dame.
Oh,
Cam,
Yeah, I'm gonna go Welsh on the road.
Welsh on the road.
Yep.
I mean, it's gonna be a 4-quarter ball game. That's gonna. It's really another coin flip for me.
I came into tonight thinking I was going to be the only one to pick them. But ladies and gentlemen, 4 across the board. How about them Greyhounds? Go win the district title.
That's right.
I
I just feel something about Welsh this year.
They just, man, there was just something about them that
Yeah.
caught my eye from the beginning of the year.
Oh, baby. Next up, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the game of the century. Not quite, but you
Not
know what I
quite,
mean.
but close.
Here we go. For the right to be the 4-3A district champs. 9-0. Church Point Battling Bears. With their 3-headed monster and their physical run game. Hits the road and gonna take on a 7-2 Iota Bulldog football team in front of their packed house on senior night. Cam, the floor is yours. Tell us why Iota wins this football game.
You don't have to pick it because of his situation, but you got to tell us why they
So
go in.
obviously, I'm not gonna pick against my.
Oh man, but I mean, so 7-2. It's
You have some respectable losses,
Yeah.
St. Louis and Iowa.
Yeah.
Had some good losses there. One of them was a close game, and then you lost to the district champs of Iowa.
and a lot of people don't know this. There was a lightning delay at halftime. We had against Iowa at their place. We had I think an hour and a half break added on to halftime. We didn't get a locker room. They did. It's not an excuse. It was just an odd type of environment, you know.
Right.
And then it was 7-0 at halftime, and they went on. They scored first play of the second half, and they kind of took it from there. And we got that quarterback. He was still young. Plenty of excuses, but 7-2. I think we're not peaking yet, and I think it's really going to come down to turnovers. Sadly, we've turned the ball over when we shouldn't have, and so has Church Point. I like our defense just a little bit more than theirs. I think that's why I'm going to go with Iota for sure. But coin flip for me. Coin flip, no doubt for me. And then, the senior night is at home. I think Kaplan almost upsetting Church Point last week is what kind of pushed me over and said, you know what, I think we can do this. I think we can, I think it gave me some more confidence than I had before, if you know. It's going to be fun. I've been nervous about this for about 3 weeks.
But I'm gonna tell you, that may be the fire that needs to wake them up.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That can go both ways.
The old saying from beginning of the season that Coach told us, doesn't care if he wins it 72-71, as long as he wins the football game,
Right.
because he'll get into a shootout with you.
Oh yeah, he will, and he's not afraid to
No.
tell you.
And that's another thing. Most people would think, well, this is going to be a shootout. We've got our 3 running backs. They've got their their quarterback and 2 running backs.
Yeah.
The trenches. I would say Church Point has the edge on that. I'm gonna be straightforward. But I think it's either it can be a shootout or it can be a 7-6. Honestly, really, I really do believe that, and it's going to be exciting to see.
It depends, and we're supposed to have weather too.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to? It's supposed to be rainy and stuff. So they're talking about it being a rainy conditions on Thursday and Friday, and I hate to say that, but
We avoided the weather
yeah.
last week.
But I mean, if that happens, whoever holds on to the ball will probably win.
That's what I was thinking.
And that's what I'm saying. If it's a slop fest, I'm gonna tell you, we've already seen weekends where we've had turnover after turnover after turnover. It's just unbelievable. But that may determine this.
Okay.
But I
Cam-
think this is gonna be an awesome game.
I'm excited to see
Iota.
what you guys think.
Keith, get us going.
Well, listening to Cam about his team, because I don't know too much about Iowa, but I do know some about Church Point, Iota. I'm gonna go with Iota for home and senior night, just because.
Iota on senior night. Mr. Keefe says upset win.
Yes.
Garrett,
Church Point.
Church Point battling them Bears for Mr. Gary Swallow.
I think it's their offense is clicking, and I think their defense is gonna come up and just be strong enough to just to hold them a little bit. But I'll be honest with you, I think it's gonna be. I'm almost to what you said, but I don't think it's gonna be a 7-6 game. I think it's gonna be more like a 60-65 game.
Wow.
I think it's gonna be a.
Break the scoreboard.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I think it's gonna be wide open.
I think you're gonna have to score with them. I mean,
That's the key. You're gonna have to score. You
Unless-
have to score with
unless Church Point is turning the football over, I think you're gonna have to go strike for strike with them. I think it's gonna be a fun environment. I think it's gonna have semifinal vibes written all over it. When it comes down to it, that crowd, that senior night, a bunch of those seniors on that defense makes a play late in the game. Iota, close win. Gets it done, Gary.
That's it. Close. We got 10 seniors on defense. That all not just 10 seniors that played last year too. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
It's going to be an
I wish
awesome
it was Thursday
atmosphere.
night,
I think it's going to be an awesome atmosphere.
Right.
But there's really not a bad pick with this.
No,
They don't
no,
turn-
it's a coin flip.
They don't turn the football over, and y'all do, it can get ugly.
Yeah. Same
Same
way
one-
the other
same-
way.
Same both ways, yeah.
LCA could make this a three-way tie for the district title. Boy, is Turlings watching this game closely.
They got every TV on that game.
7-2 Lafayette Christian Academy at 8-1 St. Thomas. More Cougar Stadium for senior night, and with the right to be outright district champs, boy, how the table has turned
Right.
for LCA. Unfamiliar territory, Gary.
Right.
They've owned their district a couple years in a row. Now they move up in classifications. Now they're fighting, and they're in a must-win situation to share a title this year. St. Thomas More, we talked about their stadium.
Yeah.
One of the tougher places to win. Right?
Right.
One of the toughest places to go in and get a win is Cougar Stadium. That senior class, I'm sure they got about 34 of them.
Right. Yeah, that's a bunch.
Cougars, Knights. Does the Knight train roll with a big time road win? Or does the Cougars send their seniors off happy?
Cougars.
Man, I think it's going to be a great ball game, but I think STM's going to just be a little too much for them.
Two good offenses.
Yeah.
STM at home is going to be 1 or 2 touchdown differential.
Okay. St. Thomas More at home. If this game was flipped at LCA, it would be tough
Yeah.
to not go with LCA. But Cougar Stadium,
That's not a normal stadium.
Yeah,
That's
not
not.
how about 6-3 Edna Carr? Only 3 losses this year were forfeits. They're gonna hit the road, take on 8-1 John Curtis. Curtis back to their old ways. This game will be played for the district championship. This game will be played at Ullman Stadium at Tulane University. Big time seeding implications, and can Carr come into the Catholic district and take the Catholic trophy away?
Yeah.
Keith?
I'm going with St. John Curtis.
You can't be mad about that pick because the way
No.
Curtis has played this year, they've knocked off some good giants along the way too.
There's not a bad pick on this, but Edna Carr. Okay, they forfeit 3 games and they just go on a winning streak that just says, okay, you can take those 3 and then boom.
Yeah.
6 in a
You
row.
know.
6 in a row.
So I'm going with Carr.
And they're all conference games.
Right.
Too. So I mean, the 3 losses that they gave up weren't conference.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so it didn't really count
Good
against.
deal for them.
Can you imagine playing them in the first or second round of the playoff? Oh my
Oh,
God!
John Curtis.
Yeah,
John
either one of these
Yeah.
teams,
These two teams could meet up again,
and the dome,
Oh yeah.
or in the
or
semis.
in the semis, depending on how they bracket it.
We'll find out Sunday.
I'm gonna go ahead and call on the.
On the road, I'm not, me personally, I probably would never pick against that card, ever.
When you watch them
Until
come
I see
out of that dressing room
Yeah.
on that field, and they just do, and it's
It's too
like, oh
much
my
energy.
God, they win. Here's the trophy.
Yeah, it's too much.
Unless
It's
it's
too much.
a Westgate from last
Yeah,
year or a
Westgate,
Cameron
yeah.
Crow
Yeah,
from
those
2
the
years
years
ago.
ago.
That was tough, but.
Edna Carr on the road, which is not really the road.
No, they both from the.
It's at Tulane.
It's at neutral.
Neutral sites. Not sure if they're gonna let them have their fireworks, but they ain't gonna take away their band.
No, they won't. That's
Edna
right.
Carr,
Or their talent.
John Curtis. I don't think it's a blowout either side. I think it's gonna be a fourth quarter war,
Oh, yeah.
just like it was when they played the regular season last
Last
year
year,
and
right.
the year before that.
There's-
It always comes down to the final drive. It seems like.
There's not a bad pick on either one of these teams. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Last time, I think John Curtis won this game in the regular season, and I think Edna Carr won it the year before that.
Yeah, I think
Both games came down to the final possession.
so. Correct.
So you couldn't see another one of those contests. 7-1 West Monroe at 8-1 Ruston for the district championship. Gary, West Monroe has been somebody that's been on your heart a long time. Ruston, I put them in the dome earlier in this season. We'll find out how good this Ruston football team is. We know they're good, but are they good this week when they take on West Monroe? You're talking about a stadium that's going to be packed.
Right.
These two teams will pack it out. This is going to be a hell of a football game. Ruston wins the district title.
I agree with you on that. The
Ruston.
only reason I'm saying that is because I think home field advantage is gonna have a big thing to do with this. But Ruston is clicking. Ruston is playing very well. You talked about having them in the dome and all this, and I gotta agree with you. I think it's gonna be a good one. But I think it's gonna be tight. I think it's gonna be a barn burner. I think, like you said, last possession is probably gonna win it. Whoever has it last. So, but I gotta give the edge to Ruston.
Cam?
Well,
That's hard for me to do.
I'm gonna go Ruston at home. I'm just really excited about this weekend. There's so many good games. I think this could be the best game.
There's a lot of the best games that could
Exactly, that's
possibly
another
happen.
thing. Like, there's so many.
Could you imagine the recap show Friday night?
Oh boy, yeah.
There's a lot of talk about just by looking at these contests. We're gonna be talking about district champions. We're gonna be talking about upsets out of this
Oh,
world.
God.
We're gonna be talking about, okay, they're gonna be a first round bye. We're gonna be talking about, oh man, they missed out on the
Right.
playoffs.
Well, and then Sunday, whenever we do the bracket, man, can you imagine us trying to figure out all this stuff? Because we're going to start trying to figure out Friday at the recap show. Then Saturday we can probably be talking amongst each other. Well, when do you think this is going to happen? And then Sunday is going to come out and throw everything in the monkey.
Sunday text gonna be crazy.
Sunday morning when the brackets come out, have y'all phones ready.
You're right.
Print out the brackets. Get them ready to go live on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a special show. Going to be the biggest show of the year, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss it Sunday afternoon. You have nothing going on. Get with the guys. I got a couple special guests coming on. It's going to be the biggest show we ever put on. We can't wait to see that one occur. We close the door on our Week 10 Wednesday night show, making game picks. We probably got a lot of these wrong.
Probably.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We got a lot of these picks wrong this
Got a lot
week,
of Cinderella picks
So-
in there, and some of them that are
so
the
don't
upside down.
come after us when we get a lot of these picks wrong on Friday and Thursday. This is just what we think is going on. So we think about this, and we go into tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, live from John C. Buck Stadium, I will be on a call for Kinder and Lake Charles College Prep. You win, you're in. You win, you're in. What happens if you lose? You have to wait till Sunday. Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, where will the Rousseau Trophy go? Abbeville, Kaplan. They want to keep it. They want it back. We saw it at the UTL Stadium Tours how important this matchup is. Both of these teams have Week 10 circles. Both of these teams want that trophy in their trophy case.
Right.
And then you take a look at all the district championship games across the state. We're going to be keeping close tabs on them. We'll have my iPad ready to go Friday nights, watching a couple games around the state, keeping close tabs on Go Preps and Score Streams for these scores from around the state. Should be the best week of high school football this season. One of my favorite weeks of the entire season is Week 10.
Right.
And you cannot take anything away. This is some outstanding matchups.
You're right. I think it's one of the best weeks that we have. These games are like I said, we're going to get a lot wrong, but that's why you play the game, and that's why we have people that we try to figure out what's going on. But man, this is I can't wait to see the outcomes of all these. I'm gonna be honest with you. In my eye, this is the game that I'm gonna be watching more than anything right now, because I want to see that, and because I'm excited about it. But look out, Week 10, because it's gonna have a lot of upsets all over the board.
Yeah.
I think, and I can't wait to see the recap show and figure out how bad I was.
Closes out, Keith.
This has been an interesting year for me behind the scenes. I've been here a couple times. I haven't been here a couple times, but guys, be safe out there. It's gonna get, if it is raining, it's gonna get nasty. It's gonna get wet. The ball's gonna be slippery.
And we need the 10 again.
Yeah, it's It's in my truck.
And so guys, be careful. Things can happen real fast on the field. So especially if it's muddy. So good luck, guys.
Gary closes out.
Guys, especially you seniors that are playing maybe your last game, you seniors that are playing, you know, the last game of your senior year, take it in, you know, because this is something special. Do your best, stay healthy, stay safe, and try to do that if you're gonna go to the playoffs. If you're not, just, you know, enjoy the time out there, and, you know, just cherish the memories, because, you know, this once in a lifetime to play high school football, and, you know, once it's gone, some of us, you know, it's gone. So enjoy it, love it, cherish it.
Tim closes out for week 10.
Well, seniors, do not take advantage of this week. I graduated 3 years ago, and I still miss it every day, every single day. Whether you're going to the playoffs or whether this is your last game, do not take advantage of it, because it's really special, and then you're always gonna want to go back. Yeah, it's never. If you truly love it, it's always gonna haunt you, and you'll miss it. And yeah, just stay safe with the weather, and I'm really excited about this week. Well, so many good games, a lot more than I thought there would be, and I just want to thank you guys for having me again. It was really fun.
Welcome to Under the Lights, where you find out about games.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Especially week 10.
Oh, this is great.
Cam, you've been an awesome guest tonight. Hopefully we can have you Sunday.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we close the door on week 10, we want to say to those seniors, enjoy it if this is your last one. Have no regrets. Go out and play with everything you have in your soul. If you do have a tomorrow, go out and play it like it's your last down, because you never know if there is a tomorrow, because you never know what occurs.
Right.
If you're playing for a district title this week, play like your hair is on fire.
Leave it all out there.
Leave it all out on the field. Have no regrets. And if at the end of the game, if the scoreboard is in your favor, congratulations, you've earned it. If it's not in your favor, chin high, know you gave your best, and you went out there and you put on a show with your brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, playoff rankings will be Sunday. Now we start into that picture where we say, okay, who's going to get the first round bye, who's going to match up where, and also who's going to make it to Thanksgiving week.
Right. That's the week.
Who's going to be playing on Thanksgiving week, and also who's going to be playing, walking to New Orleans after a big-time semifinal win at their respective field. So much these next 5 weeks. I can't wait for we close the door on week 10 for now. But we got 2 games to broadcast, and we'll recap straight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in tonight to Under the Lights Week 10 edition of high school football. Thanks for staying up late with us and talking some high school football. For myself, Mr. Keith Crozier, Mr. Gary Swallow, Mr. Cam, we say good night. Best of luck to all the teams around the state of Louisiana. We'll see you from John C. Buck Stadium tomorrow night.